Hello, everyone, and welcome to MTU Esports. Today, our MTU Huskies League of Legends team is going to be taking on California State University San Bernardino in the Playfly League playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. That's a word that we have not heard yet this semester on our streams, and is a word that I'm glad to hear after catching so many league games to show that, a lot of the effort they've put in this season has been worth something. So, sort of a heater of a match for you guys today. This will be playoffs, so hopefully some less crushing defeats. Either way, some closer games, some good action for you guys. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, and before we hop into the game, we're actually going to be hopping into the schedule real quick. So, on Friday, last Friday, was obviously the Valorant Gauntlet of Games, and as I understand, you were one of the teams that made it to the finals.
Yes, so Team 4, shout out Team 4. My goats, what is it? Clutch Russ, Savage for the win. Kran, who is playing today in League of Legends,
Hey,
and James from Rocket League, because I forget his Discord username. That is Team 4. So for you guys that aren't familiar, we have talked about it a bit on stream. If maybe you weren't there for our stream last Friday, Gauntlet of Games. Basically, the entire Michigan Tech esports team gets shuffled into different teams, and we go around playing everybody's teams. Last Friday was Valorant, of course, because I'm the best Valorant player that has ever graced
so
this
true.
platform. My team made it through, as well as Shoop's team. If you have been a follower of Michigan Tech Valorant for a while, you will know who Shoop is. Another one of my goats out there. So we do have that up. I don't know when those finals will be. We don't exactly have information on those yet, but that was a lot of fun. Really good opportunity to kind of, teach some people that haven't played Valorant before, like the game that I actually like. And as we go forward into other games, get to learn a lot of the games that other people have played. And stuff like that. But that's not the only thing on the docket for you guys. Obviously, today is our current match with League of Legends, and then we will also have Overwatch playoffs on Wednesday at 8:30. Not to leave our League of Legends team being the sole team that is actually qualified for some of these playoffs that is playing out within the next couple of days here.
Yeah, and that will be against the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yeah,
I
should be
just got this
be a
feeling
good
that they're an
match.
art school. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. One of those like sixth sense things.
Yeah,
Like
just
you can't prove it, but you feel like it's
a
there.
feeling.
Yeah, and then Smash, I believe, on Friday is playing.
We do not have Smash on Friday. They're going to
Not
be at a
this Friday.
LAN.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So,
So not live, just
uh, yep,
still gonna be playing though, just not on our stream.
yep. So, in other news, though, let's get into our team of players because hey, I hear they're pretty great.
Yeah,
So they are currently 6-1. They did drop one game, unfortunately, but
close.
they're here and they're here to show that they mean business. So we got Griffin, Music Tabs in the top lane. We got Brandon, Nugtart in the jungle, Echo, Sunless in the mid lane, Kent, Craftinator in the bottom, and Erica, Crayon as support.
Yeah, it's the same lineup that you guys have been familiar with all semester. All these players very very good. Been great to see their development throughout the semester and throughout our last season, especially things like Cran and Craftinator's team play in that bot lane. We've seen more just impossible situations turned into guarantees by music tabs than I think I can count on one hand, even just in the last couple of games. So very good lineup for you guys. Always great to see our Huskies succeeding. We should hope to, or at least I should hope that they have another good game today. But they're not going to be the only players in the server. We also have the opposing team coming out here, and those are going to be Airy, Wolfie, Anton 2 or Antoine 2, Chelsea, and Halren or Halreen, depending on how you pronounce that.
Yeah, I'd say Halrin. But yeah,
Yeah,
we unfortunately do not have pictures of those people because they go to a entirely different school.
yeah.
But I'm sure they are all wonderful, beautiful gamers over there as well.
Mm-hmm. We also do not have their lane positions as well. Unfortunately, Playfly does not show us that, but
Yeah, so
that's not important. What you know is our Michigan Tech players, so.
yeah, and what we also know is that they are currently 5-2. So I mean, if you were looking at the scores alone, you'd be like, huh, it looks like this kind of favors Michigan Tech.
Yeah, we do have that additional win underneath our belt, and so it's just another testament to the fact that our team is very resilient, done a good job. Unfortunately, though, we can't just go by the score lines. Otherwise, our game would already be done for you guys. We already have the results in, and so we are going to have to play it out in the server.
Yeah, and of
But
course we do have the bands coming up, I believe. So we're going to hop into those in just a moment. Yes, here we are. So we can see that Michigan Tech banned. Yes, Michigan Tech did indeed ban Gwen, Kled, and Oriana with a Lucian Pantheon Yone ban from San Bernardino.
Yeah, San Bernardino that are potentially watching our VODs, realizing how powerful Sunless is on that Yone in that mid lane. There was a couple games, last couple of weeks actually, where I believe we've seen him play it and just absolutely dominate a lot of like 1v2 situations, stuff like that. I think first map or first round in the last 2 weeks of games that they had played, I think there were specific scenarios where he kind of guaranteed we won the games just by taking like 1v2s or 1v3s. I think they were both in the bot lane too. But also going to be in the actual picks and bans here, the Wukong pick from Michigan Tech, followed up by the Jarvan and Victor pick from CSU San Bernardino.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing currently that's kind of scaring me a bit is you have like that Jarvan the Fourth, very solid all around character,
Mm-hmm.
just like can operate very efficiently on a very low amount of golden experience.
Yeah.
And then you also have Victor, where like Jarvan the Fourth, his ult is he lands in a space and creates like a circled wall, stops people from leaving if they don't have a dash.
Yeah.
And then Victor, his ult is like a big circle that does damage. So put those
Ah.
together and hey, look at that.
It's one heck of an ult combo there. But for the side of our Huskies, we're seeing the Azir pick as well as the Milio or
Yep, Milio.
Milio pick coming for us. Probably going to be Sunless on that Azir in that mid lane, seeing him pick it up a decent bit after the last set of balance changes we've talked about plenty on the broadcast, basically just extending Azir's ability to scale in that late game while taking away a little bit of his early game presence. We've seen Sunless do a lot of damage with that, a lot of steam rolling later on the game if we do manage to have that good earlier half. But it's going to be the Rel pick for
yes,
CSU San Bernardino.
Rel is of course an engaged support. She has plenty of CC in her kit, so she's really looking to dive in there, lock people down, keep them still for the Victor to burst them up.
Yeah, I'm noticing the Kog'Maw ban here for the side of CSU. That is a champion that we have liked to play a lot.
Yep, we are seeing a little bit of target banning at Kent here with the Lucian Kog'Maw Jinx.
Yeah.
We are banning out Mordekaiser, which is a bit interesting. That is now 4 top laner bans from our side, along with Jax. So apparently we're trying to keep their top laner down or put music tabs in a good position to kind of take off.
I mean, you've heard me say more times than I can count just how many times he's kind of carried the game on his shoulders, or at least certain situations. And so setting him up, to be in as good of a starting situation as possible is just going to make that job he has in that top lane a lot easier.
Yep,
The
we
Yunara
are
pick.
seeing the Yunara pick, just like a pretty new character, but also her kit just kind of feels like she's like a solid ADC.
Yeah.
Nothing really like, they gave her a wind wall that moves with her. What Riot Games, please don't let ADC Samira block my ultimate. But Yunara can do no such thing. She does get a dash when she's in her, ultimate final form. But other than that, nothing too bad. We do see the Corki pick. That is, of course, going to be Kent Rafey in the bot lane with the Corki. And then Erica on the Melio. Orin is going to be our pick for the top lane. So that's going to be music tabs, which would line up with Wukong, Jungle, Nugtart, and Azir Sunless.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be the Yorick pick here for the side of CSU to round out their comp. What do you really think both of these teams are building towards?
What am I seeing? I'm definitely seeing a Yorick, because Yorick's big thing is he is great at split pushing.
Mm-hmm.
He can push 2 lanes at the same time actually with his ultimate.
Yeah.
Where his ultimate summons like this Maiden, and you can send Maiden down 1 lane and he can go down another lane. They can both split push. So you have Yorick kind of handling the side lane, pushing out, while you've got like a very strong team fight comp with Jarvan the Fourth, Victor, Rel, Yunara. On the side of Michigan Tech, Corki can actually output like quite a bit of damage. I feel like I've always felt like he's a bit more of like a mid laner ever since like the ADC changes, but we've been running him bot and it's been going pretty well. Melio, of course, is a enchanter support who's able to give a lot of shields, give a lot of healing, extend the range of auto attacks, which I'm sure we'll see Corki make use of. And I mean, we also see like Ornn, great team fight ult, Wukong, great team fight ult, Azir, great team fight ult. So I'm kind of seeing like we're moving towards like a mid to late game kind of like just burst them all down with better ults.
Get our buffs on early and then just go for these like really chaotic big team fights where we just have those characters that are a little bit better at doing that and making sure we don't get caught by Jarvan and Victor though, of course. So
yeah, so this should be a fun game to watch. I mean, hey.
Yeah, going to be a little bit before we actually get into the action here. I do not believe we've started picks and bans in the server yet.
It does not appear so.
And so going to be probably 10, maybe 12 minutes before we actually get into the part of the game. But
Hopefully it's like 3 to 5. I mean,
yeah, I mean, with the spectator
like,
delay,
what are
though.
they doing down there?
Yeah, last little words of encouragement, I guess. Or,
But we have had some requests to allow view of the mini map, and it's like league already has 3 minutes of spectator delay. We have 2 minutes of spectator delay, so we went ahead and moved things around on our overlay, so you should be able to see the mini map now on the game screen.
yeah, should make it hopefully nicer for us when we're casting because you can actually talk about. There are a couple of times I caught myself like talking about like, oh well, if you look at the map right here and see their jungle rotating around, and forgetting that what the audience is seeing is just a big black square. Like that's not
It's like,
exactly helpful
oh,
commentary.
okay.
But
Oh, and there we are. So it looks like they're
yes,
hopping into champion picks now. So it should be about 4 to 5 minutes until we see us getting into game.
yeah. So like
But I
we
mean,
said, hopefully not that long.
yeah. In the meantime, like, what am I seeing here? I'm seeing, I'm seeing like a lot of top bands from Michigan Tech. Now, Orn definitely does not like the Gwen matchup. Gwen is good at, has a lot of auto attacks that do like percent max health magic damage,
Yeah,
and Orn likes building his max health. So
yeah,
I could definitely see that not going great for him. I guess the Kled matchup might be bad for him if we're banning that. Jax is just kind of like I mean, he was like really solid, and then I think they like buffed him again. So like
yeah,
Jax has been kind of crazy currently. I mean, he's always been uh, pretty good, I'd say. But a lot of like auto attack heavy characters, like you have Jax, his passive gives him attack speed the more he attacks.
yeah.
You got Kled, who also gets like a massive attack speed buff. You got Gwen, who builds attack speed. So yeah, I don't know why they're kind of banning out all those auto attackers. Maybe trying to force the enemy team to rely a bit more on abilities.
Yeah, that or we've just watched the VODs and seen that
Or
they
we
have
just
a
watched the VODs and
top
we've
laner who's
seen,
just like a
okay, yeah, their top laner is completely cracked.
yeah,
Like,
he's just absolutely insane.
can't give
So
them Gwen, can't give them Kled, can't give them Jax, no Mordekaiser.
maybe those are the only three agents or champions that he plays. We've just crushed his hopes and dreams with this
Yep,
ban
now he's
phase.
just locking in Yorick. Like, okay, well, guess I'm split pushing then.
Yeah, like we run it down, hold W, like or
Oh
just spam
my.
right click, I guess, if it's league. So
Yeah, and then we also see the Orianna ban. Orianna is probably one of like the most balanced characters in this game. It's actually pretty crazy.
yeah,
Because like if you look at Oriana's patch notes, you will just see small number tweaks. There have been no big changes to her kit since her
yeah,
release,
yeah.
which
So
that's pretty fascinating. But yeah, Orianna, her big thing is she has like this big team fight ultimate where she has a ball that she's like commanding around to go places, and then
yeah,
she can like pull everyone into it, which would be fairly devastating if quite a few members of your team gets hit by it.
yeah. Especially like you said, compared with a couple of those alts on the side of CSU. I don't know who she would have replaced, but like getting pulled inside the Jarvan, like or inside the Victor alt, depending on what your uh health is at or whenever you get pulled in and stuff like that. Just don't really want to set up as those combos if you can help it. So
Yeah, and then as for the side of CSU, I'm seeing like the Yone, Pantheon, Lucian ban early.
yeah,
Those are all like early lane bullies, I'd say. So like Pantheon, his level 2 is like notorious for being very brutal to go up against.
yeah,
Yone, I mean, he's just kind of a character at every point in the game. There isn't really, I wouldn't really say there's really like a time where like Yone is like, oh, on average, he's like super weak in the early or mid or late game. He's just pretty solid all around. Lucian, of
yeah,
course, very big lane bully. He has that dash. He's got extra auto attacks with his passive. He stacks very well with a lot of the characters that Erica is playing,
yeah,
and Ken has been known to abuse that a bit. And then, of course, you can see in the second part of their banning phase, they just don't like Kent. Apparently, they want to keep him down. Which I mean, hey, he is like, was he grandmaster jungler player?
yeah,
Yeah, he's like a Zac one trick. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. So very, very good player. Very lucky to have him on our team. They don't really want to let him get going.
Which I mean, hey, I wouldn't want them to get going either.
Yeah, I'd hate to verse that in game. Just have to deal with that.
Yeah, I'm a
But
bit worried that they're not scared enough of Sunless. I mean, Sunless on the Azir, we've seen it go very
yeah,
hard, and I don't know if they're ready for it.
yeah.
Not
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
they had to have been scared of his Yone just because of how powerful that's been. But the Azir has been very consistent. It's been nice to watch him play some more on meta picks as we move further on into the semester, and I think that it's been a very apparent that, you know, when he's on those agents or champions and stuff like that, it's just very consistent because it's not like he can't like do really really well on the off meta picks, but it's just when you're on those picks that are like really strong right now or decently strong like in the current meta, it's just things just seem to like work. Like it doesn't feel like you're flipping a coin when you go into fights that you're favored to win sometimes. So just a very good matchup though, I think, for us. Very, very strong all around. Should be interesting to see what this first map is going to bring. Apart from what's up here on the agents, like anything happening on campus that you want to talk about?
It's been getting pretty cold. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
little chilly.
it's a little chill. It's what, 20, 22 degrees right now?
Yeah,
according to the
luckily I got
computer?
my MTU esports,
Where'd you get it?
sweatshirt to keep me warm. And, hey, maybe if you're looking to spice up your style, you can go to University Images. University Images is your official headquarters for authentic Michigan Tech apparel. University owned, university operated. University Images located in the SDC, or go to bookstore.mtu.edu.
Very nice transition there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
got a lot
I'm
of
not sure
swag.
if they're selling like this one specifically, but
I
they
mean,
are selling some very nice jerseys there.
that would be weird if they were selling the
Yeah,
shirt
I
that you're
don't, not
wearing.
not they're not selling mine.
It's like
Sorry, I don't
$50 for
sign,
Ben's
but
shirt.
yeah, maybe I should try that.
Yeah, autographs. Could get it from a couple of our esports
But
members,
in
maybe.
other news, MTU hockey lost.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it was all the way to overtime, and they just couldn't squeak it out, and
Yeah.
that reminds me of a Valorant game we had a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
that's rough.
unfortunate, but it's all
That's
right.
rough.
Our league team can dip our hockey team today and show them exactly why
Oh,
we're on
true,
top.
true, true, true. We can just show them that we are better.
Esports is the hardest sport.
Of course. The most physically demanding. I mean, you would
Yes.
not
The amount
imagine.
of, mouse exercise and stuff. Coach had me on thumb lifts the other day. I was just like in agony after like 15 or 20 of those, coupled with the fact the kitchens are so far away from my dorm. Like in my dorm with the kitchenettes, like I'm getting like 200, 300 steps a day just having to walk there. It's just agony. Like,
It's kind of real.
yeah.
But it does look like we'll be getting into things momentarily. So,
Yeah,
you
in the
know,
client, just waiting for stream
yeah.
operation to get all this stuff set up for you guys here. People are going to be starting the matchup. Looks like we do have Michigan Tech on the blue team. I know you guys can't see it just
Yeah,
yet.
so
We'll be
they're
fixing
going
that for
to
you
be
guys
on
in a
the
second.
bottom side of the map. Well, of course, the side of CSU will be on
There we
the
go.
top side. And there they are, all kind of ganging up in the mid lane area here.
Yeah, and a little bit worried. It does look like they are going for an invade on the side of CSU. So all of them in that bush. They've seen Cran. They do have a ward down, potentially wanting to go onto Sunless here. Yes, they're attempting to trap
Yeah,
Sunless with all 5 of them together.
Ooh, that Yorick cage is going to be absolutely brutal. That is going to be a flash drop from Sunless. I'm not sure if that was absolutely necessary, but hey, I feel like it's better to get the flash out of the way than risk dying at this point.
Yeah,
Like giving them a
don't-
kill that early would be devastating.
Yeah, a minute into the game and having somebody go down would have been very bad. So, I mean, that's why the utility exists, right? It gets you out of a tough spot. So,
Indeed. So we do see that Victor is kind of walking up here a little bit. Cran getting a little bit of poke, popping that bone plating. That's what we like to see. That is going to be a ward dropped on our Raptors. They are securing quite a bit of vision on our bottom side jungle.
yeah, I do have a good bit of control. So, hopefully we'll have to see if we can, deal with that. If Nug can, identify that early, but
And it does look like Airy here is rocking the Victor skin, because Victor got that rework recently, which kind of completely changed how he looked to look more like the Arcane version.
Yeah.
But then they released a skin for his older versions. That's kind of fun. So apparently he's been on the Victor sticks for quite a while. He's not a newbie to Victor.
Yeah, so have to see how Sunless fares in that mid lane matchup. But like I've said before, I think that you can buy as many skins as you want, but that's not what makes you a good player. It's being good at the video game, surprisingly. So plenty
Yeah,
of whales
I
I
guess
run
we'll
into in
see.
Val.
We haven't seen too much action so far. It is only 2 minutes in.
Yeah, just a bit of that poke
So-
and prod. I think CSU had that good early idea with going for that invade there, but weren't really able to capitalize on the cage just too far away by the time that was procced.
Yep. Sunless getting a little bit poked down by this Victor here. Not too much of a health difference, but every little bit matters at this level.
Yeah, so
Music tabs in the top lane is, of course, Yorick is pushing him into tower. But we do see, Wukong is actually heading down toward the bot side. Apologies. I thought he was heading up there.
yeah, interesting what he's going for. I mean, he is pretty close. I think, did he just identify that ward? I see a ping
Nope,
going
it looks
out.
like the enemy team just pinged him, so they now know where
yeah,
Wukong is. We
the
can
ward got
see
vision.
Music tabs is farming a bit under tower. I mean, yeah, Orn's gonna probably struggle a bit to Yorick, I'd say, this early on.
Yeah, before he can really get going.
Yep.
So, not the end of the world though. There's plenty of time left to play out in the game, so it's gonna be even levels up there for them. Yorick, I mean, he is a little bit lower, but I don't think we really want to go for any dives. A little bit worried about that damage Sunless took there.
Struggling a little bit in the mid lane. I'm sure it won't last for that long, but I mean, it is something to consider.
Yeah, early on can just be a little bit difficult sometimes before your character really scales up into, what you really want to see.
We did a Craftinator going in here. That is going to be the Campfire dropping on a Craftinator. How much damage is he able to get off? Just a little bit, but they are pretty heavily kind of poking out the bot lane. That's what we love to see.
Yeah, a little bit of aggression coming out there. Good team play from the side of Kraft and Erica. So
Yeah,
Sunless having to actually dash away there in that mid lane.
Very low in the mid lane.
A lot lower than I think he expected off of that engage. Looks like it's just 3 here. Our jungle has rotated down to potentially help fight this bottom lane, but we do see both members of CSU sticking underneath their tower, and so not exactly a lot of danger there.
Is going to back. That is going to be Ornn. I hadn't actually considered that. Yorick has terrain that he creates. Ornn Ease breaks character generated terrain.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So that is one advantage.
That is another factor. I'm pretty sure it's just can Yorick land his W is what really determines who's going to win the fight up there.
Yeah, so have to see exactly how that goes. Good little shot from Kraft there, getting some good splash onto both Berlin Angel and Weeb Cactus. So
yes, indeed.
Poking and prodding here for Michigan Tech, keeping him underneath that tower. It is what we want to see. So Sunless still good dodge on the laser there. That's a flash out from Airy to attempt to avoid Nug's gank from that jungle. So have to see how much they want to. Kraft also Inkran also deciding to go in here. Weeb Cactus and Berlin Angel both at low HP. Sunless low HP mid lane, but so is CSU mid laner. You can see Kern and Craftinator are both secured level 4 by now as well. And so I'd be curious to see if they do decide to go for a tower dive, especially with Nug rotating back down to that bottom lane. Knowing that they haven't channeled back yet, I do wonder if we're going to go for some sort of attempted attack here. A little bit worried for music tabs here in that top lane, even levels on both of them. But yes, yeah, look at this. This is the jungle from the side of CSU actually invading our jungle.
Yes, they are going to be securing that Gromp from us. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that is going to be problematic for Nug, considering that he is in that mid lane there. I do want to notice there's nobody on that mid lane or bottom lane tower for the side of CSU, but Michigan Tech, I don't think, realizes that.
Yeah, MTU is going to be taking this dragon in the bot side.
Yeah,
so good take from them. It doesn't look like Jarvan was able to secure much in the top side, so that was a very good trade for MTU.
Yeah, so luckily that ended up attempted wrap from the side of CSU does not come to fruition. So like you said, I do think that we would be very happy with that trade. So yeah. Michigan Tech potentially, a little bit down on their early gold advantage, but having secured that first dragon now only needs 2 more objectives in order to get that feat. So if Michigan Tech, if we could secure first blood here, that would also be great because that would put us in a really good spot in the running for getting that boots buff online.
Yes, indeed. We do see that CSU does have a little bit of a gold lead, but we do have that dragon.
Yeah, so that's Mountain Drake. If they're not going to be fighting that much here, you want to explain what the Mountain Drake is exactly going to give our team?
Yes, that Mountain Drake is going to give us a bit more percentage magic, magic resist and armor based on what they actually have. So Corky, everyone else on our team will be just a little bit more tanky than they should be.
Yeah, so just helpful, just lets you survive a little bit longer in the fight. That's going to be an Ornn ult coming in, not able to catch onto Yorick when it seems like.
Actually, it does look like he was able to catch it. That is going to be a very unfortunate death up there. Ornn just not able to secure the kill.
Yeah, I don't know. Was he out of mana, or was he just not able to secure that last shot?
Yorick was able to lock him inside of his little circle he creates.
Yeah.
And Ornn did not have his E back up to destroy it, so he had to break it first.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Was that the Yorick ult also coming out as well?
I did not. That was the Yorick ult. You can see that he has the Maiden up there.
Yeah. So, a little bit of a rough start for the side of Michigan Tech after what had been good with securing the dragon. It is going to be CSU now with that first blood. So now just left to see who can get the 3 kills.
Yeah, and that is going to be a swap. It looks like Yunara and Rel are heading up toward the top side, while Yorick has taken a little trip down bot side.
Yeah, potentially wanting to just keep capitalizing on that Ornn up there. Just keep up the pressure.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You can definitely see question mark pings. It looks like MTU is trying to match their switch here. It appears that Ornn does not want to be versing the Yunara Bell. I don't blame him.
Yes, a 2v1 is hard no matter what character you're on.
Yeah, especially when it's like melee into a ranged character and their support.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be CSU going for the Void Grubs here.
Yep, it does look like Nugtard is aware of what's going on, but I don't believe he's able to do anything to stop it.
Yeah, especially with the area rotating in there as
Yep,
well.
that is going to be
four
Nugtart
members
on the
of
run.
CSU.
Crayon is coming up for support, but it doesn't look like Nugtart will need it as he is able to make his way out. I'm stuttering. Oh my god. Nugtart is able to make his way out.
Yeah. No worries on that front, though. Looks like Michigan Tech, we do have a decent... I said it's just a ward in the river, never mind. But, yeah, just continuing this fight up here. It's going to be a little bit of a dive there from Berlin Angel. Good dodge from Kraft on whatever that ability was. So, not exactly the healthiest champs in the world for the side of CSU in that top lane, but could be worse for them.
Yep, we do see that Ornn's able to land that knockup in his full combo. That was absolutely brutal for the Yorick. Getting him down to about half health. We do see that Wukong is coming in. Yunara was able to secure that kill on Kraftinator, which is very unfortunate, but Wukong is getting very close, and that is going to be a kill going down onto Yunara.
Yeah,
so,
trying now for this 2v2 onto Weeb Cactus.
yep, MTU does not
Hellrain.
want to drop another kill to them because they will get that part of the empowered boots. Nugtart just barely able to squeak his way out of that Jarvan.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderfully played.
Yeah, that was scary seeing his health drop to just a sliver there. I was a little bit worried about them securing that feat, but
hey, Brandon comes
overall,
through.
yeah, a good follow up from our jungler, making sure that we don't lose more of the advantage than what CSU had already secured.
Yeah,
so
Yorick
good little one for
still
one.
down here. He's still here. Yunara is walking back top lane. So apparently they've just decided to switch permanently. Maybe this is a high level strategy I'm not aware of, but it does appear that's what they're going with.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. It's a little bit earlier than I would have expected a switch to come in. Usually I feel like that comes around when turret plating falls, from my experience.
Yeah, you'll generally see people start moving off towards different lanes around like the 15-20 minute mark.
Yeah, so
roughly 5 minutes early here, but hey, let's actually pull up the scoreboard. I'm a little curious how people are doing. So we do see that Yunara is nearing first item, doesn't quite have it yet, neither does Kraftinator. Kraftinator beating up by 3 CS. But of course, we do see a fight going on in the mid lane here. Yunara landing her slow on a Nugtart, able to get a little bit of damage, dashing and popping her ultimate. And that is going to be a kill going down onto Nugtart. Sunless trying to use his ult to knock them under tower, but it's not going to be enough. And it looks like that's going to be MTU backing off.
yeah, that is going to be Feat of Warfare there, secured for the side of CSU. So not exactly the opening that we were hoping for. It's not going to be boots buff just yet for them, but they are that one step closer towards securing that, and that's going to be important for Michigan Tech not to give up. This is also, I believe, another dragon that CSU is going for right now.
Yes, that is going to be a dragon that they are going for right now. They need to secure, both sides need to secure 2 more objectives or a tower. Or rather, CSU needs to get one of those, while MTU needs to get both.
Yeah, and this is going to be, I believe it's just one more objective for the side of CSU, considering
Yes.
that they have Void Grubs.
Yes, that would be correct.
So
CSU does have a gold lead of about 2K over MTU right now, so not the greatest.
yeah, so do you want to see Michigan Tech legally? I mean, you had talked about this is a bit more of a mid-late game scaling comp, and so not exactly the worst thing in the world for us to be trailing early on, but I would like to see us, we've talked about, especially during the picks and bans, how powerful Michigan Tech's team fighting is going to be.
Yeah, currently they've been able to
game.
squeak out like little kills here and there, but like if MTU is able to lock them down into a really good team fight for them,
Yeah.
then it'll be in trouble for CSU for the rest of the game. But until then, MTU is just trying to get to that point and not throw too hard.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it there. Sunless really has been struggling in this mid lane, I feel like. Just the consistent poke and prod from Airy just doesn't feel like he's ever able to catch his breath, be at full health for longer than a couple of seconds.
Yeah, but of course with those Azir buffs, if he makes it to late game, he'll be looking good.
Yeah.
Just make it to late game. That is the motto. We just want that one big team fight where we just completely like win them out with our ultimates, and then we'll be looking good.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking for right now. Just basically survival is key up until we can get those things going on later in the game. So No massive fights happening for the side of Michigan Tech right now. It looks like just, everybody doing their thing. A little bit of an attempted steal on that creature, I think.
Yeah, there's going to be 4 from the side of CSU in our top side jungle. Crayon is a little bit caught out here, so it's definitely going to be running back to
Yeah.
tower. It doesn't look like anything's going to come of it,
Is able to
but
back off. That is
definitely
CSU
kind
for
of
Scuttle.
scary.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that is going to be the W from Yorick landing onto Orn here. You can see that like his little ghoul minions kind of leapt onto Orn and started beating him up.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a scary thing to be hit by. That's like the one thing in Yorick's kit. If he hits it, he wins the trade. If he misses it, he loses the trade.
Yeah, so good for Michigan Tech. They're just staying under tower, making sure that CSU can't really capitalize off the top of that. But a little bit of poking and prodding back here in a different lane this time than we're used to with Cran and Kraft. A good dodge from Kraft there, whatever that was from Weeb
Cran is getting
Cactus.
poken down quite a bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to get the damage off. And Director Cam is really freaking out.
He's
It doesn't
caught.
look like anything else is going to happen up top lane. But here in the bot lane with the top lane, as we can see, Music Tabs are getting very low, but Nugtart is in that area. That is going to be Vision of Nugtart coming down because of Maiden. I'm a bit surprised York isn't running a little bit faster. That is going to be the Orn ult coming out. Orn ult's going to land.
Yep, gonna
That is
get caught.
Orn running in there, using his brittle auto to get some more CC. York is going to be able to get the kill onto Music Tabs. Will Wukong be able to secure the kill? Yorick is trying to get something done here, trying to teleport away, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I don't play the game as much, but I don't know if Orange should have gone in as much there, considering how low he was. I feel like our jungle was in a good position to get that kill, get that trade, considering that it wasn't really a way for their Yorick to escape.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was strictly necessary.
Yeah, but
so a bit of an unfortunate death, but hey, it's something for MTU.
Yeah, props to Nug for getting that trade and also making sure that Yorick can't get out of there scot free. Is going to have to be.
So we do see that first item has come for our non-bot laners, so for Ornn, Wukong, and Azir, and then also for Yorick, Jarvan, Victor, and Yunara and Rel all have their first item. So our bot lane's a little bit behind.
Yeah. However, that misplay from their Yorick there is going to give us that first tower. So it's all just going to be down to Michigan Tech. We need 2 objectives. CSU needs 1 objective.
Victor is able to get a bit of damage off Sunless. Sunless is able to do at least the dashing part of the Shuriman shuffle to kind of secure his way out of there. MTU kind of getting pushed back to their tower. A little bit scared of the Yunar and Rel, rightly so. They are both at first item, so they're at a pretty severe disadvantage in terms of their damage output and what they can do.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Michigan Tech channeling back now going to want to go for this Rift Herald because...
Yeah, it looks like CSU is currently on the Rift Herald, and that is going to be the last objective they need in order to secure boots. So unless it doesn't look like Wukong is really close enough, that is going to be boots secured for the side of CSU. Now, does it mean that they win? No. Does that show a marked decrease in MTU's win chance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, so...
Yeah, fun fact, if you get boots, you are more likely to win because if you got boots, you're obviously ahead.
Yeah, so let's see here. A little bit of a bigger fight going on here. This is CSU wanting to get Michigan Tech's turret. Nug just fully going in.
Going to be throwing out his ultimate, but I mean, no one from MTU is really there to follow up, and that is just going to be an unfortunate death.
I don't know if that was a misplay or if that was just a miscommunication. It felt like Nug thought that they were going to be full inting there, just going with his ultimate, but nobody from the side of Michigan Tech went to go help him.
Yeah, so definitely a communication error, and CSU was able to get the dragon off of that.
Yeah, Hex Tech Drake.
Yes, that is going to grant ability haste and attack speed.
Yeah, so this is not looking good for Tech.
Yeah, you can see Yorick up in the top lane. He's sieging down top turret. That's likely to go down very soon. Ornn has shown up, but it's not soon enough.
Yeah, so that will be Michigan Tech now at a disadvantage in terms of the turrets as well. We are at a almost 4K gold disadvantage. That is going to be the Drake for the side of CSU. I'm a little bit worried. I believe in our boys in gold and black, but
I believe in MTU, but they're making it a little hard at the moment.
Yeah, part of having a really good late game comp is being able to get to late game. Yeah, and I'm a little bit concerned about our.
They're giving CSU hope. They're giving CSU hope. It's not real. Surely the comeback is real.
Yes. Hey, I'm here for it. So
I'm also here for it. And I mean, if it goes late enough, we'll be here all night for it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be here all night for it, but maybe if MTU could,
I wonder if this will qualify for an extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was casting League of Legends, get laughed out of my professor's classroom.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think it will. So,
Unfortunate.
hopefully MTU will speed this up so Aiden can get to class in the morning.
Quick, easy 2-0 for the Michigan Tech.
Yeah,
Calling it
that's
right
what we'd
now.
love to see.
So, yeah, I mean, hey, Michigan Tech last couple of weeks, we have seen them play some games that have ended within 4 minutes of this timer that we're at right now. So,
Yeah, so it does look like Craftineer is going to be buying his first item. That is going to be a Trinity Force, which definitely makes sense for his character.
yeah, what does that do?
Trinity Force is just like an all-around. It's not a crit item like most ADCs build, but it gives attack speed, it gives ability haste, it gives damage, it gives health, and then also gives you a passive where when you use an ability, it empowers your next auto.
Ah, nice. Yeah, so being able to regain a little bit of that ground there, not exactly as far behind, hopefully, for that side, does look like. Let's see here.
Yep, we do see Nugtart farming his jungle. Crayon is a little bit caught out here. There's like 4 people in the area, but Rel is not able to secure anything for them. Crayon did walk back a little bit to fight, but that's going to be Crayon on the run. We do see a bit of a 2v4 here. Yorick and Yunar are gone.
Yeah, they're
MTU
running.
is sensing the potential. Yunar is on her way back in, but hopefully MTU can secure something before that
Ornalt.
actually happens. We do see the Ornalt coming out. It's not going to be hitting anyone.
miss.
Rel is going back in. Orn is spending his burst on the Rel, which is exactly what she wants. Rel's ult coming down. It's a big fight here. You can see Jarvan's ult has come down in there. You can see that Victor is fighting Crayon down there in the mid lane area. Well, we got music tabs kind of trying to shred his way through people, but there are just too many health bars in that area.
Yeah,
Sunless was able to secure the kill onto Rel. Crayon is going to go down to Airy the Victor in a double kill for the Victor. Craftinator's on the run. Sunless is in a little bit of a bad situation, but that's going to be a Shurima Shuffle coming down onto the Victor, and that is going to be a kill for Azir.
Yeah, this is a 2v2 now. Michigan Tech actually does have a little bit of that opportunity if we wanted to continue to push it. We can see Sunless here wanted to do that damage on a Hellren. Yorick going to be coming in for that attempted 2v1. It looks like
a little bit absolutely massive for Sunless to be picking up those 2 kills.
Yeah, it was a really good use of the Azir ult, I think, to push that.
Yeah, York is just hitting turret. We can see Sunless is here, getting some damage off. Will it be enough though? York is trying to stat check, but it's just not enough. And Sunless is going to be donating that kill over to Craftinator.
Yeah, I don't.
That was a strange play from Yorick.
Yeah, I think that was most likely just one of those situations, where you had a good team fight, you got a couple of your kills, you're feeling like you're on top of the world, then you realize that you have Sunless on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, it's like, oh, can't be getting away with those things. Can't be giving MTU those free kills.
You cannot, in fact,
they're going to be running away with that, hopefully. You can see MTU is coming down onto here.
Yeah,
we got 3 members of CSU right inside the bush, but will it be enough? We do see Music Tabs is going to be eating in to knock them up, try and keep them away, trying to make sure that we're able to secure this Otacom. You see Jarvan dashing in. Are we going to be able to secure it? That is going to be an early smite from the side of CSU. Absolutely massive. Members of both teams are dropping, and it does look like that fight's going to come out on the side of CSU as the rest of their team shows up.
Well, I was happy for a little bit. A good 2 seconds there where we got Thornbond and Otacon.
We secured the Otacon, but
all 5 of us died.
Yeah, we have kind of let them get a little bit too far ahead of us where we can't just win those full-out team fights. We need to be finding those little picks.
Yeah, so that's not great.
We're 7k down. It's 6-13. They have 2 dragons. We got 1.
It's going to be our
and they do have those void grubs, so they are going to be shredding through our towers. Yeah, that's probably going to be our mid inhibitor turret gone as well, as you can see here. And maybe even our mid inhibitor, although if I were them, I would just leave, as you can see. Now, fun fact, they do just leave there because if they break the inhibitor but don't actually go for the win, they're just giving us free gold.
Yeah.
Because we have to kill those inhibitor minions. Yep. Which is why they're not actually going to break it.
Yeah, I can see, looks like, okay, Kren, no, it's going to be staying together. 4 members of Michigan Tech here.
Yep, you can see they definitely transferred over to the Drake. So MTU is right there, seeing what they can do. Sunless is fighting off the York in the top lane. We've definitely seen him win this fight before.
Yeah, good
he did have Craftinator's help, but I don't think he really needed it. That is definitely going to be the York going down to Sunless.
Sunless.
Again, Sunless does have to flash for it, but a very questionable fight for Yorick to take. He did get a tower out of it.
Weeb Cactus.
But MTU is winning the fight in the drag pit. What was going on
good
here?
Hit there from Kren. Good
what happened here? Did they catch 2 of them backing?
Yeah, this is Hellren running off.
Yeah, that's going to be Hellren going down to Craftinator.
Yeah, so what it looks like there, a lot of really good stuff from the side of Michigan Tech there. First of all, just to touch on it, obviously, Sunless winning that 1v1 against Yorick. I guess Yorick coped himself into thinking that it was just a one-time thing. We saw Yorick wanting to stick around, break that tier 3 turret in that top lane, was able to break the turret, sacrifice his life for it. That wasn't a great play, I think. I think that if you're CSU, you don't take the turret there because your Yorick stays alive if you don't take the turret. And then we see CSU sticks around for that dragon. We're not exactly sure where 2 of their members went. It looks like Weeb Cactus decided to stick back and try to fight Michigan Tech in a 1v4. I don't know if there was miscommunication there, not realizing that, you know, the rest of the team wasn't going to be fighting with him, but he kind of just completely isolated himself. And then it looks like
Halrin also got caught out, the Jarvan.
Yeah, it looks like she tried to come back to help Weeb Cactus, but by the time that she got back, he was already dead. And now you're just in another 1v4. And
so that is going to be MTU only down like 5k. They just got like 2k up.
We got a gifted right there.
So that was actually pretty massive for the side of MTU.
Yeah, that was a big misplay from CSU. It's less, I mean, obviously we did a good job winning the team fight there, but that specific situation was less about us doing things right and more about them doing things wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the items, you can definitely see that CSU is definitely still up a bit inside in terms of items, in terms of their gold. But like MDU isn't that far behind. Like Azir has 2 items. We can see that Wukong has 2 items. Hopefully that is Craftinator backing to secure his second item. I guess we'll have to see. It looks like he'll be buying a Manamune, which will hopefully quickly turn into a Muramana. Actually, he has finished his tier, so it will turn into a Muramana.
Yeah, so good, I'd say redemption there from Michigan Tech. Still a long ways to go, but that helps us buy a lot more time to get our comp really online in that late game. So very nice.
That the Ornalt is coming down here onto the Yorick. Yorick is going to be flashing it. Nugtart is in the wings, ready to use his ult on this Yorick. Let's see if they're able to get the kill, because I mean that is going to be the W landing onto Nugtart. Music Tab is going to be landing his E, his W, his Q, his full combo. Yorick is nearly dead. That's going to be Music Tab securing the kill.
Good 2v1 there from our side.
Just Yorick again donating these free kills to the side of MTU.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. What is that thing on the turret there?
That is going to be Azir's passive. He's able to put up a temporary turret that takes the place of one that was already there. So apparently threw it down for that fight, and they weren't able to get any kills out of it, but they definitely have them on the run. We can see that Craftinator is still coming out here, still poking. I mean, 4 members of CSU are there. We have 4 members of our team. That's going to be Sunless, Shurima shuffling Halbrin into our team. Halbrin's on the run and a sliver of HP that's going to be Rel'd coming down onto the side of MTU. Music Tab is getting shredded down by Yunara. Yunara just has that Kraken Slayer that's going absolutely massive on that Horn, but that is going to be 2 going down for the side of CSU and 1 going down for the side of MTU.
Yeah, I'll take that trade any day of the week. That was a really nice Azir ult from the side of Sunless right there. We forced the flash out of Halloran and kind of forced her to completely leave the fight. And so she wasn't one of the people that ended up going down. She kind of just left, and that kind of left Weeb Cactus all the way out in the open there, because Weeb Cactus was the one who was engaged with that fight with the Halloran right there. And so pretty happy about that. That's pretty good. And obviously, if we go for a team fight in the next couple of minutes there, Michigan Tech, we do have a couple of flashes online. So this is right about to get his.
Yeah, am I seeing a collector for Craftinator? Hello, everyone, and welcome to MTU Esports. Today, our MTU Huskies League of Legends team is going to be taking on California State University San Bernardino. Hello, everyone. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, but we're here with League Champ Select now.
Yeah.
So you can see that Michigan Tech has flipped sides here, so they are now going to be on the right. So we have from the side of Michigan Tech, we have the Silos pick, likely our mid laner. We got Braum support, we got Ash
Erica.
bot, and we got Trundle jungle. For the side of CSU, we got Syndra mid, Zinzao jungle, Senna probably support, and Mel mid.
Yeah, so should be a good matchup there. Have to see who Music Tabs is going to be playing for the side of Michigan Tech. I am curious with the Silas pick for the side of Michigan Tech. What do you think are the best alts for CSU right now?
Yeah, the way it's looking, it looks like we
Renekton.
picked Silas right after Syndra,
Yeah,
which is definitely interesting. And now Mel ult, I'm not really sure how that interacts with Silas because it's based on like how many times she's hit people with her kit.
yeah,
So I don't know if that's the best. Renekton, I mean, it gives health boost, so that's pretty good for Silas. Senna has like a global ultimate, does damage in the middle and shields all around for allies.
yeah,
Xin Zhao, last person he hit, stays inside of the circle around him. Everyone else is knocked out. You can't damage him unless you're inside the circle. And then Syndra has like a execute where she throws her orbs at you. But then like it scales up with the more orbs she's placed with her kit.
ah,
So it's like there's some ultimates which are like fairly good for Silas, but nothing that's like really popping out to me. What
yeah,
I am seeing is that we started off with that Gwen, Kled, Oriana ban again. We switched out the Mordekaiser ban for Rumble because we are of course locking in Mordekaiser top lane.
that's my goat Music Tabs right there.
We do see those Pantheon, Lucian. It does look like they dropped the Yone ban. We did not capitalize that. We locked in Silas, and then
Yeah.
they picked Doctor, or they banned Doctor Mundo and Diana.
Yeah, Dr. Mundo, I think we saw Music Tabs play that in top lane, that one match. Curious about, is the Galio, was that something Nug was playing?
Galio would be a mid,
Mid lane. Okay,
a
so
mid
something that
lane
Sunless
thing.
would have been
So
on then.
banning out Sunless for that, but I'm seeing a lot less target banning onto Craftinator. So maybe they've kind of or underestimated how much they actually need to allocate to him this game.
Yeah, especially because I think that he was just having a bad match on that Ornn. We've seen him play a lot better than that. I don't think that it's obviously not a reflection of how good he actually is. And so it'll be interesting to see here if that decision actually ends up coming back and biting CSU, not to be banning out stuff like that Mordekaiser, because I mean it's on the VODs. We know how good he is at Mordekaiser. I'm wondering if they're taking one bad round as, the truth of it all. And if that's the case, it's good for us because it means that they've put less pressure on him, maybe be underestimating him a little bit. We know he's not somebody you can underestimate. He's really good at the game. So be interesting to see how that comes into effect there. I know that Galio or Galio, I believe, is something that we have had some this play before. Was it Pantheon? I think we've also had Pantheon.
Pantheon is our top laner
Yeah,
playing that mostly.
we've seen that get played before, as well as the Dr. Mundo. So it's a couple of these bands here from CSU are people that we have seen Michigan Tech play. But I don't know if I've seen us play Silas or Ash as much. I typically feel like
We've
I see that in
played
other.
Silas one or two times, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we've seen Ash yet. I'm very excited to see it because Ash is my first main in League of Legends. Because I started back in the days when she was the first ADC they showed you, not Misfortune.
Yeah,
But she's going to be paired up with Braum, which is a very devastating combo. Ashe, of course, has slows for days. Her auto attack slows, her W slows, her ult stuns and slows those around them.
it's a big arrow, right?
Yep,
It
her
shoots
ultimate
across
is
the
the
map.
big arrow. That is a great ult for Silas to have, mostly because Ashe normally builds AD. Her ultimate scales off of AP. Silas builds a bunch of AP. So
Yeah,
he just gets to dominate on or capitalize on that ultimate in a way that Ashe really can't.
yeah,
But unfortunately, you cannot steal it because
yeah.
Ashe is on
Same
the
team.
same
Um,
team. But yes, Ashe can slow them down. Braum, when he auto attacks or Qs someone, he puts a stack on them, and
yeah,
then auto attacks from his teammates, stack it up to a stun. So it'd be very difficult to run away from an Ashe Braum.
yeah. So very good. I'd say just pairing right there. We also know that Erica is, especially on the Braum, from what I've seen, just a very good agent for, or a very good champion for her. I think that her shielding has been really good. A lot of fights that we've won by the skin of our teeth, just because she's had clutch shields in there at different times. And so I think that this is Michigan Tech. It's like, when you're doing like Clan Wars and Clash Royale, and you play like your bad deck first,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get beat the first time, so you pull out your good deck. And so like that, I think that's what's happening here. All the characters that I'm seeing right here, or at least a couple of them, that Mordekaiser, that Braum, are ones I think I've seen us be more familiar with, ones that we've had more success on. We've seen, us have good plays on these type of champions. And so I think that this is going to be a better reflection of how we can play, I'd say. So hopefully don't end up regretting my words. But I feel better about this matchup than I did the previous one. I don't know exactly what either of these comps are scaling into, but I say that just for the reason of these are characters I've seen us play before, and I know that we, can do well on.
Yeah, so we're gonna have that Trundle jungle. Trundle, his main thing is that he is a tank shredder,
Mm-hmm.
or rather, he steals the tank stats of an opponent and uses them for himself.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he's a troll. And then we have Mordekaiser top lane. Mordekaiser, of course, locks people into those 1v1 arenas, generally beats down on them, and then pops out with some of their stats and then starts beating down the rest of their team.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. On the side of CSU, we of course have that Renekton, very solid. Like, if you want to talk about like the standard, like very solid competitive picks,
Yeah.
Renekton is up there. He's just a very solid character with point and click CC. I mean,
Yeah.
what else does a character really need?
Not as many gimmicks. Just you click here, go attack, right? Click here, go defend, stuff like that. So
Yep. So we do have the Syndra in the mid lane. Syndra, of course, being a very heavy scaling AP mid laner. So that's definitely something. Hopefully, Braum can keep Ashe from getting popped by that.
yeah.
So Syndra's definitely gonna be gunning for our Ashe.
Have to see, is Xin Zhao, he's been the focus of the recent cinematics?
Yes, he
right?
has been the focus of the recent
With
cinematics.
Otacon?
Yes, Xin Zhao is a jungler, a spear wielding jungler, who's been kind of hunting down with Yunara
Yeah.
Otacon, it seems. I haven't been following them too closely, but what I do know is that he is also a very powerful early game jungler, where
Yeah.
his main gimmick is that he has an ability where when he autos you 3 times, on the third attack, it knocks you up.
Yeah. I do.
And so he pops up with a certain rune that speeds up your first 3 auto attacks, and he gets very fast CC.
Yeah. I do recommend going around and watching if you don't follow League that closely. You don't have to follow the game. I just do recommend watching a lot of the cinematics and stuff they make because there's a very common joke that Riot Games is an animation and music company first and then a video game company second because you can like or dislike their game, it's got problems, but their cinematics and music and stuff like that is always top tier. Like before I started catching, didn't know a single thing about League, and I still was watching Riot cinematics because they feel like mini movies, especially like the stuff they're showing at Champs and stuff like that. Riot's production is just top notch, and so do recommend going out and watching those if you do, have that sort of time. Going to be getting you guys right into the action here, though. We are loading up in the in-game client right now. Picks and bans out of the way, spectator delay out of the way. So just waiting for the last couple seconds while the server is going to be loading. Get you guys swapped over.
Yes,
hope
that
you have
is
a good
going
game.
to be a Mel APC
Yeah.
with Senna in the bot lane. Senna being the marksman support.
Yeah.
So is very good with running with mages so that, you still have like that crit 80 damage from the support, and then you can have a mage, or she's been run with like Tom Kench
Yeah.
in the bot lane in her earlier career. Ironically, she's Lucian's wife, but they are not great.
Yeah, not a great pairing
Yeah,
on the
not a great
battlefield.
pairing on the Rift, which is a little funny, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. So it does appear that all of CSU is heading top side, and all of MTU is heading bot side. So
I
you're
think
just gonna
flip that. All of
flip
Michigan
that
Tech
right.
top.
Yes, of course, we are the red team
now
this time around. My apologies. So yes, that is going to be all of MTU in the top side and all of CSU in the bot side.
Yeah,
Both teams looking around like, where's the other person?
Yeah, I wanted to go for that invade, and then and both of them guessed wrong, and where the other guys were going to be. So
yeah, what a beautiful little mirror here. You can see them basically doing the exact same thing, just on other sides of the maps.
Making our way to the river. We'll have to see when they do actually hit each other. It'd be cool to get a 5v5 team fight before a minute 30. Just start the game pretty fun like that.
We just see an arrow coming down on where Trundle is.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're going to be trying to drop a ward over there. Yeah, yep. They're walking in there. There's going to be Syndra dropping that ward onto Raptors. So that is going to be that. We do see Mordekaiser kind of sitting in the bush here. Saw Renekton, but isn't going to be going in on that.
Yeah, so not exactly going to be
Yeah, so
nothing big, I'd say.
we're sitting
so
here
far.
2 minutes in. Minions are just starting to appear in the mid lane. No one's really got too much of an advantage on anyone else. I mean, obviously you can see the two junglers are taking damage from their camps passively. But that is going to be Silas getting a little bit of damage onto Syndra. I'm pretty sure he won that trade. Meanwhile, Craftinator slowing them down with his auto attacks. Senna is an infinite scaler, so the more souls she's able to collect from her enemies, the better she's going to be doing late game. So a little scared to see her be already stacking up this early, but not much they can really do to stop that.
Yeah, so very good, very, not even good, just a standard opening here. Neither team going for anything particularly crazy, which I guess is what you
We see Renekton dashing around a little bit, nothing too big.
Yeah, good little hit on
I
the
did
craft
lie
there.
when I said that there was nothing they can do about Senna scaling. The best thing they can do is just poke her down whenever she goes for it.
Yeah. Oh, good pull there from Music
that's
Tabs.
Renekton going to be healing up with his passive. He did have over halfway of his resource burst called Rage.
Yeah, is that, I forget again, is that pull Mordekaiser E?
Yes, that is Mordekaiser E.
Okay, and Q's the big overhead
Mordekaiser
smash.
is kind of winning this fight. There's going to be a
Good
flash coming out
flash.
from Renekton, so very big.
Yeah,
that is going to be the first flash of the game.
Yeah, so good to avoid that pull, which probably would have led to their death, but that is going to be, that advantage for Music Tabs, even though he doesn't manage to secure that kill. Renekton not going to have that flash to either escape or punish in the near future. So...
Yep. Renekton dashing in and out. Unfortunately, catching a turret shot there. That's going to put Renekton very low. Music Tabs might be trying to capitalize that here soon. We do see a bit of poke coming down onto Craftinator. Craftinator skillfully dodging the Mel E, not getting caught in that because that would have led to quite a bit of damage coming down. We do see the Renekton backing in the top lane. So that is probably going to be a TP dropping down from Renekton. Unless the Mordekaiser is able to get the pull down, stop his back. And Renekton just went back in the same book and tried to push and tried to back again.
Yeah, this is also Sunless with an advantage in that mid lane, and the 3v3 coming in the bot lane here. I think that the longer that these three bot lane guys can distract, keep that jungler for CSU on that bot lane, I think the better, because so far we are winning our lane matchups in that top and mid lane. And so I think that you can see here Halloran just trying to rotate up here, but Michigan Tech, I feel like, was just trying to keep that jungler pressure away, preventing the ganks from going on in that mid lane, stuff like that.
Yeah, mid lane, I definitely say it's a skill matchup. If Sunless is able to kind of weave his way around Syndra's burst, then he'll win. And if Syndra's able to keep him at bay, Syndra will win. So I guess we'll see what happens there.
I just want to point out, Flash from Halloran and Weeb Cactus used.
Yeah, that is going to be the first kill going down onto Craftinator, so absolutely brutal for CSU. MT already getting a dominant start in this game.
Yeah, very good there on the Halloran. Just had to use that flash.
Chasing. Did I just see a failed flash from Syndra? That is going to be very unfortunate if Syndra ends up going down here. That's going to be a flash down from Sunless. Sunless is diving in and is going to make it out without going down to turret. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's a really good opening there for their side. I'm not sure exactly what was going on for CSU up there. I feel like is just stuck around too long in the team fight and then messed up getting out of it.
Yeah, MTU kind of coming down with a dominant start to this game.
Yeah, Music Tabs there not wanting to commit to that tower dive. Probably would have dived for the tower. Would have been a 1-for-1 had he managed to get that on. But yeah, this is a much better start for Michigan Tech. I think that we've had a lot of good things come out. We'll have to see are we going to go for this dragon or not. But I think that, a lot better than last
time. A lot of
damage
coming down on the Music Tabs. Music Tabs getting kind of low.
On the Mordekaiser E.
Renekton was able to weave his way around the Mordekaiser damage. And that is putting Music Tabs in a position where he feels better just backing. Looks like Renekton may also be back. It looks like is he going to try to, he's not going to hold this freeze. He's just going to let the wave go back to reset to standard.
Yeah. Just a very normal opening.
Yeah, we definitely see Silas getting ready to dive in there, and not surprised Syndra walked back.
Yeah.
A little bit obvious, but that is going to be a route going down on the Craftinator. Luckily, not too much comes out of it. We did see that the Renekton teleported top lane while Music Tabs is opting to walk back. That's going to be a little bit of a TP advantage for MTU in the top side.
Yeah. To see here, not exactly.
Yep, because the MTU has that control ward on the dragon. They don't know about this ward in this bush. That is Noctar going to be walking right into vision and is actually going to end up clearing it.
Yeah, so we
Sunless is not managing to land his E onto Airy, or his E2, I suppose.
Or
is
he's just
abscond. No, abduct. Whatever. Syndra ults, not enough to kill Sunless. Sunless playing a little bit close to the edge, definitely feeling a little confidence. Not going to be enough. You can see Renekton going in there in the top lane while Trundle's going in on Syndra, and we have a big fight in the bot side.
3v2.
So A little bit questionable where Director Cam actually wants to be. That's going to be Crayon
Yeah,
going
Crayon
down to Senna.
While all that was happening, actually, Nug was able to get the trade onto Airy, so that is going to be a feat of warfare claimed for the side of Michigan Tech. But I'm not happy with what Sunless decided to go for there. I think that minion XP and gold was not worth it. You did not need to kill those minions. You should have stayed at your tower, healed up a little bit, because he kind of just threw his life away for nothing and forced our jungler to rotate up, leaving a 3v2 in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I was sitting in our tower. He should have just backed, honestly. He was too
Yeah.
low. His
Way too
jungler
low.
had it.
However, speaking of way too
MTU.
low, that's going to be 2 kills with that Michigan Tech onto Weeb Cactus, and what is that? Berlin Angel.
Yeah, MTU at some point got Feat of Warfare.
Yeah, they got Feat of Warfare when Nug traded Sunless onto Airy.
Ah, that sounds right.
Yeah, in that mid lane. This so far this start just feels like a fever dream. I'm not really that cognizant of what is happening. It really
Someone's
just
getting a little bit caught out by Syndra here, but it's going to be going in. That's going to be his abduct landing. He's getting his full burst off onto Syndra. That's going to be half health. Sunless only sitting at a quarter HP, so looking pretty good.
yeah,
Considered. We can see that Senna's in the area, which is very unfortunate for Sunless to engage here. Although it does look like he rocket belted out. I believe he has rocket belt. He does not. No, I'm not sure where that other dash came from.
yeah.
But hey, he made it out. Not too bad. You can definitely see that they're going for Void Grubs here in the top side. MT doesn't really have an answer. Trundle is backing. Ash is just free farming under turret. We can see Mordekaiser is also backing, as well as Sunless, who was backing but chose to just back off to turret and back there, a little bit safer position.
Yeah.
But that is going to be Void Grubs going to the side of CSU.
Yeah, like I said about this feeling like a fever dream before, it really just feels like most of the kills have been just like one Michigan Tech person walks into 3 CSU people, or just walks into one while like a sliver of health, and then just CSU does the same thing back. So pretty interesting opening, I'd say. A lot of, I think, unnecessary lives being sacrificed over not really that much of a big objective. But hey, we're up 3-6 off of it, and so I'll take it any day of the week if that's what CSU wants to go for.
Yeah, Renekton being a little cocky here. I'm pretty sure Music Tabs is a little bit stronger at this point. That's going to be a pull coming down onto Renekton. Renekton's dropping to about half health.
On top of him, Renekton
Doesn't even need the ult. I mean, Renekton should have his dash up soon, but it was not soon enough.
Yeah, just
Music Tabs was able to walk
off.
down Renekton. And that is going to be a beautiful... came out about half after that turret shot. Bit unfortunate, but...
Yeah, but hey, we'll take that. That's another kill for our side.
Yep, so we do see that Mel is just going to be trying to farm under turret here against Craftinator and Braum. Zinzao is in the area and is definitely going to be coming this way. So hopefully, yep, they do have the ward in that bush. So they should catch Zinzao before he's able to do too much damage.
Yeah,
Craftinator in a really bad position for the Mel E, but fortunately Braum was able to block it. Just showing that, yeah, Crayon knows what they're doing on that character.
Yeah, she's been very good on Braum throughout all of our games this season.
Yep.
Been very good to watch.
Sunless again getting very cocky under tower, getting killed by the same exact thing in the same exact situation.
And is this going to be once again
Dying
a trade
under
for Nug?
turret,
What?
And Syndra is just getting caught out by our jungler again. Like, I feel deja vu.
I feel like we've gone 2 minutes past and somebody just stood up and screamed, "Nah, fam, run that back!" Like,
yeah, gamers.
It's the same thing.
What are we doing?
I don't.
Here? I mean, good on Nugchart for being there to secure the kill, but like, seriously.
Yeah, I'm a little.
Again?
Sunless is just.
Oh, we see multiple flashes coming out of the side of MTU here.
That's
trying to get the Zinzao. It is not going to be enough. That is going to be a kill onto Trundle. Craftinator is getting poke where he can, but it's probably not going to be enough. They need to be watching out for the Zinzao. He's going to be looking for a dive onto either Crayon or Craftinator. It's going to be Crayon going down, Craftinator falling soon after. There's going to be a barrier popping from the side of MTU. They used their flashes for the engage and weren't able to get what they needed.
Yeah, I don't.
At least Music Tabs is still up here doing his thing.
Sunless, don't do it again, please. Back off. Back off.
Sunless, feeling a little bit stronger than he actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you in late game, buddy.
Miss on the Mordekaiser W. Or Mordekaiser Q.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. He's got a fairly low cooldown on those.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be too bad. Mainly missing his E, that's the big problem. But that's going to be more damage coming down onto Sunless. Sunless playing a little bit recklessly.
Haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, not...
Oh, yeah, the miss on the E like you had talked about right there.
Great for Sunless here in the mid lane. But, we'll see what happens. Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We can see that Mel was able to secure their first item. Craftinator still a little bit behind. Doesn't yet have that That looks like it's going to be a Yuntal Wild Arrows.
Yeah, so have to see what that ends up coming out to be. Yeah, this is okay.
Someone's getting half health onto Airy, pretty good.
Yeah,
Music tab's going fairly even with Renekton,
miss
missing
on
the
the
E,
E.
which is a bit unfortunate, but the Q,
Yeah,
the
Q does
the
hit.
solo Q does land. If Mordekaiser only hits one person with his Q, it does quite a bit of extra damage.
Yeah, we do have that. Renekton does have their flash online as well as music tabs. So, ooh, a good
Renekton
Mordekaiser
is
E right
getting
there.
very low. That's going to be Renekton backing. Music tab's looking to stop that back. Oh, gets the flash
Ooh, yeah,
Q.
huge
Renekton was
flash.
not watching his screen.
Yeah, bro is tabbed out. He
Bro is
is.
checking shop. Chief, you
Oh,
can't be doing that. Well, he's right there. Yeah,
yeah,
that's going to be
that
half health going down onto Sunless. Zinzao's in the area. Sunless needs to be watching out, or else this fight will turn very bad for him very
forced the
quickly.
flash.
Luckily, dodging the
No, no
Zinzao
flash.
W, or else that would have gone very poorly.
Just has a dash somehow. Yeah,
Oh,
that
Crayon's
was.
going to be getting caught here. Nope, nope. Looks like able to slip her way out, not get too much done to her. We see Craftinator firing out Ash ult. That's going to be half health going down onto Halrin here.
Yep, this is a 3v1 here. Big.
Getting
Yeah.
fairly low. Nugtart running up, trying to stop. And that is going to be Zinzao dropping to Nugtart.
Yeah.
Renekton
Teleport in from
teleporting,
Renekton.
ulting, flashing in, trying to
4
get
people on
something
them.
done. MTU looking extremely low. This is not looking great for MTU. Sunless doing what he can. Will it be enough? It will not
No.
be enough. Renekton is able to make it out of there alive.
Yeah, he's not able to secure that kill onto Renekton.
Only
And so,
Nugtart left.
yeah, it was a
And
good
music
opening for
tabs.
Michigan Tech. We needed to have disengaged earlier, if that was even
Yeah,
possible.
so
Just
CSU now 1K ahead, and Nugtart is getting caught on the disengage. Didn't think they were still chasing him, but
on the Mel
they
E
still are. That Mel Q is going
or
to be
Mel Q,
enough
yeah.
to catch Trundle there.
Yeah, it can't be channeling that close to the dragon. They're gonna know you're there.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for the side of MTU. Just
Yeah.
in one fell swoop, their lead was completely smushed.
Yeah, and this will be a Hextech Drake secured for the side of CSU, so not nearly as much of a lead for them as last game at this time. It looks like it will be Cloud Drake here for the Soul, with 1 Drake secured for either team. No Void Grubs for the side of CSU.
Yeah, in terms of pick, I'm not sure about the Ash pick from Craftinator. Not because I don't think Ash is a good character, but because I don't think he's been practicing it enough. We can see
Yeah.
Renekton is running back into MTU's jungle. Music Tab is going to be ulting Renekton, just securing the kill, I guess. I mean,
Just wanted to make
okay,
sure.
I'm
aren't
pretty
able
sure
to
he
get
was
away.
already dead, but, okay, sure.
Yeah, just secure it.
Make sure he can't get away. Like Fox from Smash Ultimate. Don't let a single one get away.
Yeah. So pretty interesting there. I mean, it is gonna even up the kill lead for the sides here. Our turret plating has fallen, so we lose that ability to generate gold in that direction. We'll be curious if Michigan Tech does get a tower, they will get boots buff.
It's going to be a
Whereas
damage.
CSU needs another objective and a tower in order to get boots buff, considering that we do have that feat of warfare.
This is true. It all comes down to objectives, I believe. Well, actually, no. We need to get either first tower or 2 more objectives. They need to get a tower or a tower and another
Yeah, a
objective.
tower and an objective. Looks like
But we can see that MTU is going for objective right now, trying to
wanting to get
secure
that.
those boots. Hey, that's what we want to see. Play around those objectives, play for late.
Yeah, I want to get that Rift Herald online. If we do manage to get this, we will only need 1 more objective. And yes, so we will be getting the Rift Herald. That could also potentially just use that to force a turret.
Yeah, CSUSB
get boost
has a
buff
very
online off
heavy
that.
mid presence, so I'm a bit worried if they try to take this fight here. Although Mel has since left for bot side. So.
Yeah, we also do have 3 people grouped up: Silas, Braum, and Trundle.
Yeah, so I could see an engage going down onto Syndra here if she pushes up a bit too far, but looks like she'll be playing safe and playing around that Xin Zhao in the jungle.
Yeah, I know Sunless is, really wants that engage. He's fiending for it. This is a low top tower for us. I'm wondering if Renekton is trying to force the matter, knowing that we're on that point of getting boots buff. But with our full HP Mordekaiser up there, it's going to be hard too. This is going to be a little bit of an engage on Hellerin. No, not in our jungle, looks like. In their jungle, so just kind of things falling into a lull, just doing, a little bit of farming, stuff like that. Nothing too over the top. So
Yeah,
I do have to
nothing,
ask, is this playoff tournament a single elim?
This is single elimination, yes.
Okay, so this match does matter a lot.
Yes, indeed. Whoever wins this will continue on to the quarterfinals, I believe, and whoever loses will be out.
Yeah, I do want to point out there, music tabs, getting that kill onto Renekton is going to secure the first turret for us. I believe that was, yeah, the bottom lane turret that fell there. Did they summon the Rift Baron? Or not Rift Baron, Rift
I
Herald?
don't believe I saw a Rift Herald drop,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
Yeah, regardless of how that turret fell, that is going to be boots buff secured for the side of Michigan Tech.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a Rift Herald on anyone, so I'm pretty sure we did drop it.
Okay. Yeah, so did like I had said, invest that just to force the matter on that tier 1 turret in the bot lane. So yeah, boost buff on our side this time. Very helpful. It helps that we're not trailing this time in this round. We are only losing by, I'd say, about like 200 gold right now. So a negligible amount.
Yeah, it is looking fairly even here, which means that it could really go either way. So this is kind of a tipping point in the game.
Yeah.
It'll really set the mood for the rest of the match.
Well, got my fingers crossed then.
Yeah, so we do see Xin Zhao is deep inside of the top side jungle on their side. It does look like Trundle is coming up onto Renekton. Hopefully we'll be able to get a pick here. That'll set a very good precedent for MTU here. It looks like Renekton will be dashing away from Nugtart.
Yeah, trying to get underneath that tower.
Nugtart probably won't be able to slow him enough. Although if he's able to damage him enough and Renekton chooses to back, then he either dies under turret or loses the turret.
Yeah. So yeah, Nug and music tabs up there. Nug going to be rotating back to that mid lane. Yeah, potentially Braum and Ash calling him over.
There's going to be a E landing onto Braum. Braum getting about half health. You know, it looks like they're trying to go in on it. Nugtart is here, showing up, trying to lock down. Who is he going for?
Is that the Ash ults right there?
Yeah, that I'm pretty sure I saw an Ash ult. Yes, that is going to be. Yep, I did see an Ash ult. So there's going to be more people going down. Renekton also getting very low, not enough.
Craftinator
is looking extremely low. Was able to dodge that Syndra Q, thankfully. And that's going to be Nugtart picking up another kill on Syndra.
Yeah, and while that happened,
just a little bit too greedy.
While that happened, music tab's actually taking down Renekton on the top lane as well.
Absolutely beautiful.
So yeah, this is
2K gold lead.
Yeah, that just like that,
1K.
Snapping your fingers and it feels like we're right back in the lead. Just like that. I think that was a good. I was a little bit worried about the survivability of the Renekton in that top lane there, considering that it felt like Mordekaiser and our Trundle were going for a sort of like 2v1 pinch in that top lane, and then Nug got called down to that mid lane by Ash and Braum as we were having that 3v2 come in that lane. Started off a little bit rough for us, but we did have good value from Ash getting those kills there. And then I don't really know what it was in that top lane. I think Renekton was just a little bit too cautious about losing their tower for wanting to fight a little bit forwards, and that just ends up biting them because Mordekaiser is able to secure that kill, and just like that, we're up by 3 kills before the 20-minute mark. So.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, I feel like the biggest thing that lost MTU so much like pressure and time was like Renekton TP'd, ulted in, got off like a massive Q in the middle of their team. Everyone on MTU was low, and then they just got cleaned up.
Yeah, last game, you mean?
Yeah, like the point in this game where like the game really kind of went in MSU's favor or CSU's favor. But we do see another fight coming down. Xin Zhao flashing out, trying to get his way out. We do see Sunless going onto Syndra. That is going to be Ash ult missing because Syndra is already dead thanks to Nugtart. That is going to be a kill going down onto Crayon. But will it matter? That is going to be 3 people hit by the Mel root. And I don't think it's going to matter. That is going to be Mel getting cleaned up by Nugtart again. I'm pretty sure it's like 8 kills for Nugtart.
Yeah.
8 kills for Nugtart.
Yeah, 8 and 2. I also do want to point out, how I was talking about how it might have been a little bit problematic that CSU underestimated our top lane? There's a little bit of a top lane diff going on right now. 5 and 0, 2, 0 and 5 with a
that's rough.
550 gold lead.
They're probably regretting not banning that Mordekaiser now.
Yeah, we fooled them with our Mordekaiser ban in the first map. Somebody was not watching their VODs.
Indeed. So we do see MTU and CSU coming down onto this Otacon. It's definitely the objective to take at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to see another team fight, and if it goes the same way it did last time, MTU will be looking pretty good against CSU here.
Yeah, interesting there.
We do see Sunless missing because of Trundle's Ice Pillar. Very unfortunate, and that is going to be Sunless going down to Syndra. Syndra did pop Ultimate, which is very important. We'll see if Craftinator is able to get a lot of progress down because they don't have to worry about that Syndra ult anymore. We do see that someone, Nugtart is able to secure the kill onto Syndra. You
So
see MTU is kind of getting poked back. That's going to be the redemption coming down. Renekton teleporting in, but immediately dashing away. And that is going to be Mordekaiser just bringing Renekton into the death realm. Like, okay,
holy,
I know there's a big team fight going on, but
Mordecai.
like, hold on a second. I need to show him what's up.
It's
And that's
personal,
going to
buddy.
be
What top lane diff?
Craftinator
What were we talking about?
taking down Renekton. As I was saying before, Renekton coming in, popping his ultimate, doing a bunch of damage to MTU was the biggest threat, and it seems Music Tabs agreed. And
Yeah,
that is what he got
yeah.
rid of first.
Yeah, 0-6 to that 5-0 was our Ashe that actually ended up securing the kill onto Renekton. But is there a way? So we're gonna take Thornborn Ottokin. Basically, how this has been explained to me is that there's these roses that spawn across the map, and when you pick up the roses, you get a tiny little buff that stacks with the amount of roses that you get. And then once a team kills Thornbound Ottokin, they get all the rest of the roses on the map and no more spawn from that point onwards.
Yes, and then the buff gets empowered. So at first, I'm pretty sure it gives like ability haste.
Yeah.
But then once you take it, it gives adaptive force, which means depending on how much AD or AP you've built, you get more of that.
Yeah.
And then you also get experience from it, so you gain a bit of a level advantage, or you get to catch up in level.
Is there a way for us to view on this display the thorn count for each?
On this display, I do not believe so. I mean, we can kind of check individually. Like it looks like Renekton, Xin Zhao. It looks like all of MTU has 18 is where they're sitting. On the other side, they all have 28.
Okay, so 18 to 28. So, what's it called?
MTU has the weaker ability haste ones, and CSU has the empowered ones.
Did MTU not take Ottokin?
It looks like it was stolen by CSU.
Oh, stolen. Yeah, I didn't realize that they were. They actually managed to steal that. So good steal from CSU then, from their side. So, still, Michigan Tech getting 18 before Ottokin is not the end of the world. That's a good amount to farm up, I'd say, from my limited experience and knowledge of it from watching Worlds with my League
every
of
bit
Legends
helps.
friends. So,
Yeah, so
Mel
we
Q
do
connecting onto
see
nothing.
a bit of a CSU presence bot side. I guess they might be like waiting for Dragon to show up, or just trying to get a bit of pressure here where they might be able to. We see Trundle coming down onto this Renekton. Trundle is going to be popping. That's going to be
Ashe Arrow.
Yep, that is going to be the Senna ult popping as well. Renekton, it's not going to be enough to save him. Renekton is going to be going down to Trundle and Mordekaiser. Craftinator looking to get a little bit of poke off. And,
A little bit of a 3v3 here. Yeah,
able
Mel
to mostly
Q not
dodge
getting a lot
Mel's
of value.
abilities. We do see Xin Zhao clearing out some vision here with his sweeper. And it is now a 4v3 here. And CSU is kind of on the run towards mid lane. So MTU is going to be able to secure this dragon pretty easily.
Yeah, good push, pushing him back there from the side of Michigan Tech, just being able to get that third. That's going to be another Cloud Drake.
Yeah, we see Sunless coming in. This is going to be a 3v5 unless if CSU is able to do anything about it.
Yeah,
That is
Sunless
going
onto...
to be the Bromstun coming down onto Hadron. Will it be enough? It will be enough. That is going to be
Zenzi
Xin Zhao getting popped by Sunless using Mel's ultimate.
Airy rotating in from the top lane here. Going to be Berlin
Yep,
Angel.
we do see Airy coming down onto Sunless, trying to get the
Ooh.
kill. Sunless is able to heal up just a bit too much. That's going to be the redemption coming down, which is just enough to save Sunless from Airy. And Airy's going to be going down to Music Tabs. Absolutely well played from Erica.
It felt like the Helverin there just thought that they had Sunless out in the open. I don't know if they didn't have vision on the fact that there was like 3 other members of Michigan Tech in there, but they flashed in to try to take him out and just got instantly ganked by 4 MTU members. I'm not exactly sure what the thought process was there.
Or not Halvran. I'm pretty sure it was Airy who flashed it on Sunless.
Yeah, my apologies with the
nope, all good.
flash count on the side there. But this is also going to be Michigan Tech getting Baron buff, so we are going to have those empowered minions. So interesting to see here what we decide to do with that. However, Sunless getting a little bit ahead of himself. Berlin Angel going to be going in, flashing out from the side there, fighting with Weeb Cactus.
Yeah, Craftinator getting very low. Low enough that Mel ult will kill, but Mel is not.
But it's going to be Nug actually still going to be, getting some of those kills there. The Trundle going to be killing 2 members from the side of CSU there. At the same time, Renekton was taking our tier 2 turret in that bot lane. Or maybe not tier 2, tier 1 turret in the bot lane. But I don't know. Is that a worth it trade? We get 2 kills, we lose 1 turret.
Yeah, I'd say that's fairly worthwhile at this point. I mean, especially if it's like an outer turret, like we can kind of afford to lose those.
Yeah.
They're probably going to go down eventually anyway.
Yeah, interesting to see here. Michigan Tech, we do have a 6K gold lead. So not as drastic as it was at some point during the last game for the side of CSU, but still something very impressive and not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, still very dominant display from MTU this game, which is exactly what we want to see.
Yeah, exactly what we were talking about, just with on these more comfort pick champions. Maybe not comfort pick, but just things we've seen them and have the reps in before. So
Indeed.
yeah, still have that Mordekaiser. I'd be a little bit careful. Music tabs. There are 3 people
Yep,
there.
that's going to be Mordekaiser immediately locking Xin Zhao into a 1v1. So a pretty good play from him because that means that once he kills Xin Zhao, he'll be coming out with Xin Zhao's stats, flashing in, trying to get that Mel, and not
Big
able to
Ash
get
ult.
it. Crafter and Crayon just decided they're just fine with
Ash
taking the
ult, sorry.
Senna, I mean. So
Yeah.
that was going to be Senna going down to Craftinator.
Yeah, Crafton are going to be able to get that kill, and this is just rotated in for Michigan Tech basically at the perfect time. It feels like just as soon as Mordekaiser comes out of that ultimate, just has those empowered stats. Also gonna be the cancel on the channel from Berlin Engel there. So this is Michigan Tech now with those empowered minions from Baron Buff.
Yep, Nugtart Pillar is going to be coming down onto Mel, not enough to save her, and that's going to be Ash killing Mel as well. We just see Mordekaiser taking another turret elsewhere.
Yeah, and this feels like...
Where's CSU? Like, we got 4 people in their Nexus.
3 of them are dead. And
yeah, 3 of them are dead.
Yeah, the other 2 just rotated in, but it's a little bit... they're there in spirit, but unfortunately that spirit is just watching the timer tick down on their screen. So, luckily for them, didn't have more dead. Michigan Tech weren't able to go for some sort of game-ending play.
Flash away from the 4 members of CSU. Renekton dashing in, trying to get something, but Crayon's just going to be going over the wall, and that's probably going to be the end of that.
It feels like CSU wants to force a fight here. Because the longer they go with Michigan Tech with that, now 8K gold lead, stuff like that, just the more they're going to power scale and, kind of dive off the deep end.
Yeah, but also, if they can kill any of MTU all has the Baron buff.
Yeah.
And if they're able to kill them, they lose the Baron buff. Which means they can't push as effectively.
Is there a timer on the Baron buff, or is it just...
There is a timer on the Baron buff, yes.
Okay. Yeah,
so we can see that Mordekaiser's up in the top lane. We can see Silas in the bot lane. And then, of course, our 2 bot laners in the mid lane.
Yeah, so a little bit of a switch up, but hey, it's been working so far, so, what are you going to do about it? So, wards in both those bushes. This is, some poking, prodding, CSU kind of grouping up a little bit on that mid lane there. Sunless actually want to go into the engagement with the Renekton in that bottom lane. There
actually went down to match Sunless's game, but it's not going to be enough. And Nugtart is on the way in, but it doesn't even matter. Sunless is just shredding through his HP. No one's come up topside to match Mordekaiser, probably because they're all too scared to. We do see Mel getting caught out by this... by the Silas. Oh, that's how she's getting hooked in. She is... Okay, so Silas's E is a projectile that he throws out. If he hits someone, it pulls him to him.
Yeah.
Mel reflects projectiles, so she throws out Silas's E, pulls herself to Silas. It's kind of like being like a reverse hook character. Like, you can pull yourself to them. The same thing can happen with Nautilus ult. Or not Nautilus ult. Nautilus Q. Yeah, so it's like... Oh, I don't want to be here, says Mel, but
what can you do about it?
Her W does not care.
Yeah.
It reflected the projectile. It did its job.
Yeah, a little bit of a gank here, or not gank, but engage here from Helmer onto music tab. This is going to be a 3v3. We do have that HP disadvantage. Where this can be a good hit from, I think, Ash.
Mordekaiser going in. Like, it just doesn't matter. Sunless is diving the turret. That's going to be a death for Silas. But I mean, Aries on the run. Nugtart knocking her up with the Ice Pillar, and that's going to be another kill going to the side of MTU.
Yeah, and this might be game end. There's 3 people on 30-second respawns right now.
It's not looking great for the side of CSU in this game.
Yeah, Berlin Angel and Renekton just going to try and do what they can in their power to force Michigan Tech back, and potentially will be working.
Yeah, MTU is going to be sieging down the top turret, just trying to get all 3 inhibitors.
Oh yeah, for that extra super minion.
Maybe going for like an Elder Dragon when that comes up, or another Baron. Yeah, if that happens. But I guess we'll have to see.
What's the Elder Dragon?
The Elder Dragon is a temporary buff. When you kill it, your damage will execute enemies at a certain point.
And is that because a team has reached soul point? Or has
yes.
soul?
Once a dragon soul has been claimed, then the next dragon to spawn is Elder.
I see.
And MTU wants to put themselves in as good of a position as possible to take it.
Yeah.
And then if CSU shows up to try to countersteal it, then they'll have minions flooded their base.
Yeah. So, not exactly the best situation in the world there for the side of CSU. What is this? We do have Cloud Soul. What does Cloud Soul give you?
Cloud Soul gives you movement speed out of combat, and then gives you increased extra movement speed once you pop your ultimate.
So just, very nice buffs to have. Just allow that map maneuverability to happen a little bit easier.
Yes, indeed. We just see a bit of a fight in the top side jungle for blue side here. Although Nugtart's speeding in and then speeding on his way out. You can definitely see his ultimate movement speed coming out there. Because he popped his ultimate, he also got a burst of movement speed, and he was just kind of speeding away from the fight. We do see a lot of deaths coming down the side of CSU. No one's really dropped on the side of MTU just yet. Mel is in the middle of their team. Mel, what are you
Yeah,
doing here?
you
And that is
can't be
going to
there.
be MTU very quickly cleaning up CSU.
That's going to be the game. Yep, that's all
Yeah.
5 of them just completely taken down. Nothing but that CSU can do but watch and wait as those, final defender turrets going to be taken down, and that is going to be the Nexus ripe for the taking. A very dominant show of force with by Michigan Tech, 16-40 after that initial loss from us on that first round. So very, very happy about that, I'd say. That was, like we had talked about beginning of the picks and bans for this second map. That was a very, nice to see that we were going back to these more comfort champions. Mordekaiser, I think he had a lot of value. I think that some struggles early game for Ashe, but I think Kraft really figuring out, the flow of the game later on. A lot of very good Ashe utility coming in. But not exactly the worst thing in the world there, even for those champions we hadn't really played. Obviously, Kran still getting a lot of value out of that Braum as we continue to go along. So, I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm feeling very good about MTU's performance in that game. Like the first game, maybe they've been a little bit light on the practice. I don't think they got to play last Monday.
Yeah,
So perhaps a little bit light on, that competition, and now they're trying to like get back into it. Yeah, maybe sure they dropped the first round, but like, or not the first round, I mean the first game. But they're coming back in the second game, and they got momentum for game three.
yeah. So, I think that it'd be interesting to see what we end up playing because now obviously we can't play the Mordekaiser, cannot play that Braum. I'd expect probably for Erica, maybe a Nautilus. That's the only other one I think that I've seen her play a lot.
Have
Um,
I seen a lot of Nautilus from her?
I've seen her playing it a lot outside of
Okay, she's been
this.
she's been labbing it,
When
but
I've been in facility just watching after we finish our Val games, I've seen her on Nautilus stuff like that.
yeah.
So
So hey, maybe she'll pick the Nautilus.
yeah, have to end
I
up seeing,
I
but
guess we'll have to see.
yeah, I'm also interested to see what music tabs will play in that top lane now because will it be um what is it, Pantheon top lane that I think he's played before?
Yeah, Pantheon does keep getting banned. I'm not sure
Yeah,
they'll be
yeah,
able to get it
that's what
off.
I was thinking because I was thinking like, well, Pantheon, well, he keeps getting banned. We've seen him play Dr. Mundo. That's also seems like it's getting banned. So I'm curious to see what he's going to end up picking in the top lane. If it's going to be something that he has played before, or if potentially here in playoffs we will be getting, something completely new. Because especially with how the last, like I'd say, month of games have been, we haven't really seen the depth of the map pool or depth of the champion pool from Michigan Tech because it's just been 2-0 sweeps from us. So be interesting to see here what we do end up pulling out. But yeah, very happy with that. Not a lot of complaints.
Yeah, feeling pretty good. Um, yeah. In the meantime, I mean, what else has been going around campus? We had MTU football. Apparently, we lost on Saturday.
Unfortunate.
Yep, to Saginaw Valley State University. The score was 21-24.
Yeah, so
Hopefully, MTU League of Legends does a little bit better.
yeah, so I mean 16-40 is a nice scoreline. 16-40 with those kills up there.
Yeah,
But
yeah. 16-40 is a very nice, or 40-16 if it's for MTU.
yeah,
Is
so
looking pretty good, honestly.
yeah, just have to wait for that map 3. We don't have any info yet on when we will be getting into those pick and bans for that, but we will be going into that, I think, for going into there isn't an OT for uh league, right? It's just going to be whoever wins that third
Yeah,
map.
it'll be whoever wins the third game.
Yeah, so just one more and then I can go sleep. It is what is it?
It is
10:17.
10-17.
So
Not done yet.
yeah, go home, make some ramen, watch a little bit of YouTube, go to bed. But
Yeah, we are going to briefly go to another game break.
yeah.
It should only be about a minute or two. We just need to set some things up here. But we will get back to you briefly. So
Yeah.
see you then. And welcome back. So we're going to be getting straight into bans. And we're seeing the Pantheon Yone Lucian bans again. It
Yeah.
seems like MTU might be living rent free inside of our opponents' heads. And
Yeah, they're a little bit worried. They saw, I mean, Sunless, a lot of early game throwing, late game dominance in that last map, but we've seen how good he can be on that Yone. They definitely do not want that to come into effect here. Same looks like it's also going to be the same three top lane bans there for the side of Michigan Tech, that Gwen, Kled, and Oriana. And yes, we were just talking about that. I believe right before we went to that break there, just the fact that who is Music Tabs going to play? Well, they banned
Dr.
Pantheon,
Mundo.
Yone, Lucian. That Dr. Mundo, I think, was the fourth ban that they picked last time, and so we're taking that opportunity to put Music Tabs on somebody that he is more familiar with that Dr. Mundo. As well as that Hui, is Hui the ADC?
Hui can be chosen APC or mid.
ADC or mid, okay.
But yeah, speaking of shacking up somewhere, because I don't think you got what I was going for, are you a tech student? Do you need to live close to campus? We have places for that. Find the perfect location, live where you want to live, hodenforrent.com. So there is that.
Missed the transition there. That's
But
my
hey, League of Legends. Like, look
League
at
of
that. There's a
Legends.
Nico.
Yeah, Nico's gonna be
Really?
interesting, as well as that
Okay.
Misfortune, because I believe we have seen Misfortune get played one time against Michigan Tech, and we got absolutely clowned on by the Misfortune. It was the game against Ohio State, where we unfortunately did end up losing because Ohio State kind of, like we said, ran our butts with the Misfortune. I felt that was one of the main reasons why I felt like we struggled, because we just kept getting hit by the Misfortune. It's just that torrential downpour of bullets, just unable to do
Yeah,
anything
I
against
do
that.
see a very deadly combination from like Nico's main thing, besides like turning into other things. Like she can like disguise herself as like other champions, as
Yeah,
minions, as wards, as Yorick minions.
yeah,
Funnily enough, she has like a giant team fight ultimate that pairs very nicely with Misfortune. So I'd be a little bit scared of that if I were MTU.
yeah.
We do see that Nautilus pick coming
Yeah, the
down.
Nautilus
Hey, look at that! You called that.
America. So she has been in the lab with that. I know there's a little bit last time she played it, I was a little hesitant because a lot of those cues were missing. But if she's been playing anything like she was on Brum on the last round, I don't have any doubt in the world. I think that'll be good. And like I said, we have seen her been cooking up a lot of that tech in the lab during practice down there, and so very excited to see what that ends up leading to. Do you think this will be the Hui on Echo on Sunless? Because I'm trying to remember what Sunless picked last
Yeah,
time
I
that we
understand
went.
MTU chooses Hui as like it can either go to Sunless or it can go to Craft or
Yeah,
Grafey, Kent Rafey, Mr. Craffinator.
yeah,
But we do see the Skarner and Vi bans coming down, so we're banning out the jungle for MTU.
yeah,
And then we see that Kaisa ban, also an ADC, and then Jinx, yup, so they're just banning out Kent again. Don't want to see anything from him.
yeah,
Unfortunately, Kent might already be chosen. They just don't know it yet. They probably think
yeah.
that's a
Depending on who
Sunless
that
Hui pick.
way goes to. I'm just trying to remember last time that we did the Dr. Mundo got picked for us. We were a little bit confused because it was like we picked like two top laners and then Echo ended up
Yeah,
playing one
I
of them. I'm
think
trying to remember what was the
we locked in
situation
like
there.
Aatrox, Dr. Mundo or
Oh
something.
yeah, it was the Aatrox. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
and I was
thinking
like,
of.
oh, Aatrox top, but nope.
Yeah,
We
nope,
were
Dr.
playing
Mundo.
Aatrox mid. It's like, okay, sure. No, this is fine.
So yeah, Dr. Mundo going to be a bit annoying to deal with probably because what is it? He has really a lot of healing, if I remember. Just I think I've
Yes,
heard.
Dr. Mundo has a lot of passive healing. It looks like the rest of the picks are not coming in at the moment, but we should have those in just a second
Yeah,
for you all. But yes, Dr. Mundo does have a lot of passive healing. That is his like his main gimmick, and then his ultimate is he gains even more health regeneration.
yeah, I remember that because I was watching John or SpongeBob. If you watched the Valorant broadcast, he was playing League and he was playing Gwen and he was complaining about the Dr. Mundo healing because he kept diving, getting him down like super low, and then he just healed right back up, and he was just losing it
Yeah, as
over
far
that
as I know,
happening.
Gwen actually kind of wins that matchup, but I could definitely see Gwen struggling to
Yeah,
actually like
I do
secure
believe
the
he did end
kill
up winning, but
onto Dr. Mundo. We do see the Diana likely in the jungle for the side of
hmm
MTU, and then we see that Lily at jungle and that Rise mid. We're seeing a lot of these. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a Nico support then for the Misfortune. We're seeing a lot of these like heavy AP mage damage dealers from the side of CSU.
yeah, so maybe just wanting a little bit more potency in those team fights,
Yeah, or maybe that's just like
or
what their mid laner is comfortable with,
yeah,
and they're just like, okay, well, put him on the comfort.
yeah, and then
And then
oh,
we see the
oh,
Aatrox
okay.
coming out in the
They're
mid
running it
lane.
back. They're running it back. So that'll probably be what? That'll be Hui bot and then Aatrox mid lane on Sunless.
Yep.
with that Dr. Mundo top, Nautilus support, and Diana jungle, like you had talked
Crazy how we
about.
were just talking about this.
Yeah, this
And here
this
we are.
this was not planned. It's just they ran this like comp, or that at least like that core of Mundo Hue Aatrox, I believe, a couple games ago when we were confused about that. So it is cool to see that come out. Nice to see that we have some actual structured ideas. Are just
Yeah,
throwing
we,
stuff
we got a
together.
we got we got some idea of what's going on with MGU.
Yeah,
I mean, like throw us on like a random team casting, and we're like, who knows what they might pick. Here, we're like, they could go for the Doctor Mundo, you could go for the Hue, for the Nautilus, and
yeah.
just talking about Aatrox, it's like, wow,
Just like
we were kind of spot on.
3 champs, you can just throw in multiple people and see what happens.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty crazy.
yeah, so it looks like we have not yet loaded into the in-game client, so we will still have to wait for that, selections to go on in there. I do see R coming in the chat, so ready when you are. So shouldn't be too long, hopefully. But I don't know. What do you, just in general in terms of the comps here? I know that you had talked about CSU having that like very heavy damage, a lot of good pairings with the Misfortune Eco there, but scaling in terms of scaling, sorry, for like early game, late game, what's going on with both these teams?
Yeah, so I guess I'll just go down the line for so in the top side we have Scion versus Doctor Mundo. I'm not sure how the matchup works like in favor of who. I'm fairly certain that like the engages are a bit more Doctor Mundo favored.
Yeah,
So long as he can get around Scion's Q. Scion, it's basically like you hit your E, you slow them, and then you get to land your Q, or you try and like surprise them with your Q.
yeah,
So it's like if Doctor Mundo can kind of weave his way around those, then he'll be looking pretty good. And even if he doesn't, if he takes a couple, he's able to heal back up. So hopefully that won't go too badly for him. Scion, infinite scaler, scales really well with tank stats into the late game. And then Doctor Mundo, of course, builds armor and magic resist. And by late game, he goes where he pleases, and wherever he goes, he is pleased.
yes.
So we have Diana and Lilia in the jungle, both AP junglers, although Lilia is a lot more like hit and run. She'll bob in and out of your ability to hit them and just skedaddle. Diana, hits her Q, gets a mark on them, so she's able to get a free dash, and then she kind of like pulls everyone in, bursts everyone. Yeah. Normal Diana things, very AP burst mage, whereas Lilia is a bit more on like the pokey side.
Yeah,
In terms of the mid lane, we of course have Aatrox versus Nico. Nico is going to have that range advantage. And Nico's main gimmick is like disguising herself and being a little, a little silly, one might say. But assuming MTU's comms are staying clear and they're staying on top of their game, that shouldn't be going too poorly for them.
so if it's Nico mid lane, is it a Rise support then?
Or sorry, it's a Rise mid lane.
Okay,
My
yeah,
apologies. Yes, I did say Nico support earlier. Thank you for calling me on that. Yes, there will be Rise in the mid lane. So hopefully we won't have to worry about the Nico shenanigans unless Nico does an unexpected roam mid.
yeah,
But again, all about those comms. Rise, I'm a little scared. Rise definitely scales very heavily into the late game. As does Aatrox. It's just a question of like, will Aatrox do enough to get this Rise down?
yeah.
Because Rise could be doing a lot of heavy AP damage.
Yeah, so Echo gonna have to play a little bit further back, a little bit more passive, I think. That was something that he had struggled with in that last map. A lot of really early engages not going his way, a lot of sticking around longer than he should have. And so I'm looking to see him play a little bit more passive, I think. And then when he realizes that he has these advantages, then you can capitalize on them.
Yeah, it's kind of like the classic like melee versus ranged matchup where it's like you kind of need to just like avoid their poke until you can all in them and like
Yeah.
lock them down and kill them. So I'd very much like to see a level 6 engage from Aatrox here in the mid lane.
When he hit, is he a power spike a level 6?
He gains a lot of movement speed with his ultimate and then a lot of healing. It really lets him like run people down.
Yeah, it just has a lot more
Aatrox probably
options
won't
available.
do so great into like a Lilia gank just because Lilia has so much movement speed and Aatrox is all about like landing these very specific sweet spots on his abilities. Rise
Yeah.
does not have that much mobility, so it's actually looking pretty good for him in that sense.
Yeah.
And then as for in the bot lane, we have Misfortune, Nico, absolutely devastating ult combo. So Hue and Nautilus also need to keep an eye out for that. But also like Hue, very good team fight ultimate. Nautilus, very good team fight ultimate. Diana, very good team fight ultimate. Aatrox, very good ultimate just in general. And then also in those team fights, he can get a lot of damage out. Rise has a very like a team wide teleport.
Yeah.
Pretty good distance on that. Lilia's ultimate can get a sleep on everyone on the other team, so she can CC everybody, which
Yeah.
is very good. as one could imagine. And then, of course, you have Scion. He's able to use his ult for both mobility and for knocking someone up and setting them up for his Q. And then, of course, Misfortune and Nico, excellent team fight ultimates. So I'm seeing a lot of team fight devastation here. It's a matter of who's able to get their stuff off and really use it better. If they can lock down that Misfortune just as she's starting her ult or before she's able to start it and just getting her out of the way.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll be pivotal in this fight.
So Misfortune is just like a big barrage of bullets.
Yes, but it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, and then what's the Nico ult exactly?
So Nico ultimate is she sets up like a circle around her. If she is in a disguise, then it doesn't immediately appear, so you have a lot less time to react to it.
Yeah.
But then after about a second, she goes up in the air and pulls everyone else up with her, and then comes down, does a ton of AoE magic damage.
Yeah.
They're all knocked up, so they're all CC'd.
Yeah.
And just sets up very nicely for her team. So it sets up very nicely for Lilia to come in there, get a Q on everyone, CC everyone, for Scion to get a huge Q off, for Misfortune to get her ult off. So that'll just be a very pivotal ult in terms of how this fight's going. It's going to be a matter of like how well can Nautilus peel for Hui, how well can Diana and Aatrox get that pick on Misfortune.
Yeah.
There's a lot of skill expression to definitely be seen here, and like how well they can try and get around these big team fight ultimates on both sides.
Yeah, it'll come down to a lot to who's hitting those sweet spots on a lot of their abilities, and just, hopefully they'll be MTU. So
yeah,
should be in the action very momentarily here for you guys. Just about 20 seconds of spectator delay left on the client. Once that's done, get that stuff popped, pulled up for you guys, and then we'll see what ends up happening here. Will we have an invade this time? We had CSU invade first, then both tried to invade. I think it would be pretty funny if they did another invade, but they just went opposites this time.
I mean, like, I'm not a competitive player, but I say invade every time.
Yeah.
It's way more funny that way.
Yeah.
Why not 5-man invade bot? Like,
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what is the worst? That's a bad game to start playing. What's the worst that could happen? Like,
yeah. If my Aatrox goes 1v5, what's really the big deal?
Yeah, I'd be okay if Sunless 1v5'd.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely been an all-around effort from MTU. They're all playing excellently today, and I hope that they're able to keep that up into Game 3 and really just secure the dub.
Yeah, don't see a reason to doubt them. So getting you guys here in just a couple of seconds. We're, in-game timer finally just started. Just waiting for production to get all that stuff online. We will have you guys in the action. So
in just a moment. And we do see some pings coming down for MTU. Sorry, not for no,
CSU
not
is
for
blue.
MTU. For CSU.
CSU is blue.
CSU is heading mid. MTU is heading towards top. So we will
maybe
see
both mid?
Going on there. Maybe both mid. Okay, they're
about
both
to
coming
clash.
to the
They're
same
about to
area.
clash.
What's going on here? We do see Nautilus. Nautilus has the hook, so I'd definitely be scared of that. Nautilus.
Ooh, the flash
hooking
used.
Yep, that is going
from
to
Airy.
be definitely something.
Yeah, this is a very interesting early fight there. Cran actually can be brought down pretty low off of that, and so...
Now, let's just zoom our camera out there just a moment. Sorry, folks. But that is no deaths on either side. It looks like we got a flash from Airy, and a flash from Crayon, but that's about all. Yeah, nothing too bad happened to either side.
Yeah, so just two flashes being exchanged there, especially Cran having to use her flash and the Airy having to use their flash in response to the Nautilus hook.
Yeah, hopefully MTU caught that Rise flash and was able to capitalize that in the early game.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see. Sunless getting pretty close, playing pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
Getting a ward onto Raptors and then backing off into the river.
Yeah, so not wanting to go for a fight, just making sure that they have that vision online. I see, do ults not start charging at the start of the game?
None of them have their ultimate. Once they reach level 6, they get their ultimate.
Oh, that's when you start
then,
using it. I see.
But yeah, so I have indeed spoken with Raffinator and the guys, and they generally tend to run a weak side Hui, meaning you're going to be seeing a lot more of the jungler influencing the top and middle lane, while Hui just kind of farms, tries to get picks where he can, but farming is the main thing. You do see the Nuko root coming down. Raffinator are going to be taking a lot of damage as they're getting chunked out by the enemy team.
Yeah.
But, Misfortune's trying to look for something, but not quite able to get it. Raffinator is going to be sticking around.
Yeah, it has that heal to just be able to slowly but surely get that health back up. There's going to be a good root under Cran there. Actually, this is going to force Michigan Tech back underneath those towers.
Yeah, but Hui is perfectly comfortable just like farming under tower with his QE. I'm not too worried about him unless he gets tower dove, but hopefully that doesn't happen early. You do see that Nico landing yet another root. So definitely being a bit of a nuisance. But MTU is pushing through in the bot side. This is not how you'd want to see the game start off.
Yeah, would have much preferred a, I'd say more out of that team fight right at the start from Michigan Tech, other than just backing off and trading flashes.
Yep,
Uh,
Music Tab's looking a little low on the top side, but also like he's Mundo, so
yeah,
it's never really like that bad.
yeah,
Although he did take a little bit of damage there, but he just needs to heal up. He'll be fine.
yeah. Not the end of the world. Pretty
Yep, you do see a bit of the rise damage coming out, and Aatrox just not able to hit his sweet spot. That is going to be Aatrox W coming out. That is his W. I have played Aatrox, yes.
yeah, catching there, but
Not quite enough. Getting using his auto attack for the cannon, misses his
misses.
first Q, hits the second Q.
He's one
It doesn't look
now.
like Rise was able to get the kill, but it looks like Nugtar is getting very low. Lilia flashing in, as is Misfortune. Misfortune is going to be securing that kill. Crayon hooking back into turret. That's going to be Lilia landing on Crayon, but it's probably not going to be enough. There's going to be quite a bit of damage coming down onto Misfortune while Lilia heads back and goes for the Scuttle Crab, and that's going to be the end of this fight.
Yeah, so that a bit of an unfortunate opening there for Michigan Tech, just getting caught out in the open there. Our jungle was, and then just nobody really able to trade. Karen actually almost getting taken down.
Yep, I'm getting a silly little amount of damage onto the Nico there, but yeah, not
Yeah.
too bad. You can see Music Tab's just letting Scion get that that empowered Q. Not great for his HP bar, but it's not over yet. He's still got some room to work with. You can definitely see like an EE coming out from Hui here, maybe in a moment. I guess not. That's okay. No, he's just going to be farming our tower, using his WE to restore some mana. You do see the hook coming out from Crayon. Absolutely
Yeah, actually
massive.
wanted to go in for the
Will
dive
the
there.
QW from Craftinator be enough to finish off Nico? Misfortune was able to get the kill onto Crayon. I wasn't even worried about that, but maybe I should have been.
Yeah, that was just a good snipe there.
Does
From the side
Craftinator
of
know
CSU.
where Nico is in the bush? Nope, the QW is going to be coming down onto Misfortune. So looks like Nico's going to be getting away with that. We do see Aatrox coming down onto Rise, finding his all-in opportunity, and that is going to be Rise going down to
There we go.
Aatrox.
There, that is a very big play from the side of Sunless there, just getting that trade back onto Rise in the mid lane there, especially how sour things have gone for us in the bot lane since the beginning there. We had talked about Sunless needing to bide his time and wait for those opportunities where he can really capitalize. I'm not a big league player, so I don't know exactly what he saw that let him go for that all in, but obviously it worked out in the end. Was able to get that advantage and finish off there, and that is a good sign of how at least things are going to look in that mid lane if Sunless can continue biding his time and just taking advantage of those opportunities where he knows that he's up in terms of some sort of advantage. So things not looking good for us in that bot lane, but you know, a little bit of a trade back in the mid lane. So kind of all over the place with how things are looking for us right now.
Yeah, to me, it looked like Rise was just a little bit too far up, and then Sunless was able to land his W like that.
Yeah.
Rise was able to make his way out of it that time because he did have the speed boost. Rise's whole gimmick is when he uses his W or his E, he resets his Q. So on Rise, you could QE, Q, W, QE, Q.
Yeah.
But also, if you use your W and then E and don't use a Q in between, you do get a shield and a speed boost. So if he so chose, he could E, Q, E, W, Q.
Yeah.
Or WEQ, and then yeah, also get a root off on them. So there's a lot of complexity to Rise's kit and how you end up using his abilities.
Yeah. And for those who might be a little bit unfamiliar, we're talking about keys.
Yes,
on
keys.
a keyboard.
Yep.
Yeah.
For League of Legends, you press the Q button for your Q ability, W for W, E for E, so on and so forth.
And so when we list out those big strings, those are big ability combos that are going to do different things depending on the order you press the keys in. So
Yep. For the most part, doesn't really matter for you all. Just you know, when we're casting, you know, generally say the key of the ability or the name of it.
yeah, that's the Lilia taking down Nug there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nugtart does not have ultimate yet, I believe, which is when really Diana starts to take off.
Yeah.
And just doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, still in level
Sunless
5.
being a little silly here. Trying to go for that Q. It does end up landing the second one. That is going to be the third one landing as well, and that's going to be another kill. Popping down onto Aerie. You can see Sunless popping his ultimate and trying to get the kill. Will he be able to get the Q off before he gets slept? No, Aerie is going to be on his way out. Sunless going so deep, trying to get Aerie. That QW from Hui is not going to be enough. Sunless trying to do his best to survive Lilia, but Lilia's just going to be doing too much damage. And that was just an unfortunate greed for the kill. We're going to see I thought we were going to see a QE coming down for Craftinator to try and slow down this Nico, but we saw the QQ Crayon going to be getting a little bit of poke off, and that's going to be the end of that fight.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. They're just Sunless not able to get that kill, just ever so slightly out of range. Uh, they were able to get so not the greatest coming out from the side of Sunless there. I don't know if it was that bad of an opportunity to try to take advantage of. It's just like if you're playing a pretty much solely melee character and they get out of your range, you can't really do anything about it. And you saw how desperate he was to try and get that last hit on because they were one hit. Any ability would have killed them. But just unable to get that a good follow-up from, I believe that was the jungle there for CSU just coming into support, not letting him dedicate as much he wanted towards that mid laner.
So MF is currently at 2-0. She does look like she's building toward a Bloodthirster, which will give her a lot of life steal, and then a shield if she overheals.
Yeah.
Or if she heals above her max health, she'll get a shield instead. Yeah, that's not great for MTU, but yeah, Misfortune is definitely in like the most dominant position here currently, but it's not over yet because like we can see, Sunless is getting a little bit of damage onto Rise. Not gonna be enough. Lilia is coming up on him. That is going to be the W slow coming down onto Aatrox, but Diana was able to pick up the dragon, while Lilia was able to pick up the Void Grubs.
Yeah, so is Dragon better there?
That has been a consistent theme of these games where we see an MTU going for dragon while the enemy goes for Void Grubs. So it seems like MTU is prioritizing these dragons quite a bit more than they're prioritizing the Void Grubs.
Yeah, helping those
Yeah,
fights.
Void Grubs help you push faster, whereas dragons will help you fight better. So maybe that's the rationale that they're using.
Yeah, good hit there from Sunless, actually going to force Aerie back to the tower.
Yeah, and it's looking fairly low, but Sunless needs to watch out because Lilia could run him down. Aatrox is going in, and that is going to be a kill. Lilia flashing in, going for the ultimate, and that's going to be a W landing down onto Aatrox, which is going to secure the kill.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another kill from Lilia onto Aatrox.
I noticed that it said drowsies there. Is that just a warning that you're about to get slept?
Yes, that is her ultimate makes them drowsy after a brief time. They fall asleep. It's the same thing that a character called Zoe does.
Yeah.
With her sleepy trouble bubble. We can see Scion is in the bot side again because they're just like matching up. We just see the Scion ult coming out, and that is going to be a knockup landing onto Crayon. Hui landing his EQ and then his QQ onto Scion, but looks like that's going to be the end of it. Nico coming down onto this Mundo. They're trying to kill him, but he is just healing through whatever they got. And Mundo's going to get the kill onto Misfortune. Unfortunately, going to be going down to this Nico. Or not. Sorry, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Mundo just heals through. Mundo does not care. Yeah. Mundo goes where he pleases.
I'm seeing projectile.
He goes. He is pleased.
Projectile after projectile just landing onto him, and it's like he has no health, and then another projectile hits, and he still has no health, but he's not dead. And so that's a pretty important survive, I'd say, up there, because that keeps pressure on.
They got stat stacked. I mean, what can you really do at that point? They failed the DPS check.
Oh, and
that's going to be some bullying. It's going to be another flash coming down. That's going to be and again, Lilia is here to match Sunless. It's kind of like a weird reverse of the last time where, like, instead of Syndra getting a bit too close and, killing Sunless under turret and then dying to Nugtart, we're now seeing Sunless getting a little bit too aggressive and nearly dying to Lilia, but thankfully we had enough allies in the area to keep him alive.
Yeah, Kran just showing presence.
Lilia is running in a little bit too far. I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah,
be missing that E, but I guess nothing too bad is going to come of it.
Movement God, I guess, because they went in and managed to get out as well. But...
Yeah, we just see Hui teleporting back bot side to get that wave, so that's really good for him.
Yeah.
And then Mundo is just kind of big chilling in the top lane, like, hey, he's here.
Is there a reason he has this like special outline on his
Yes,
level
that would
bar?
be his CC immunity. So the first time he's going to get CC'd, he doesn't, and a capsule is going to pop out, and it's going to steal a portion of his max health. And then if he picks it up, he gets his CC immunity back faster, and then also heals more than he lost.
I see.
So you can see right there, the capsule pops out when he gets CC'd. If Scion steps on it, then it goes away. But, often the problem with going to step on Mundo's capsule is that there is a Mundo walking towards that capsule. And if we do see the Nico ult into the Misfortune ult coming down. That's going to be the death of Crayon there on the bot side.
Exactly what we had talked about before.
The brutality of that. But,
yeah, you lose all your health in half a second.
Sion's looking a little low. I don't know. Dr. Mundo has his ult back. His Sion's ult is not as good as Dr. Mundo's, and Dr. Mundo is just about to show us why. As he just kind of stat sticks his way up to Sion, like, no, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back, come back.
Goodbye, buddy.
Yep,
done.
Sunless is going to be 1v2ing Aerie and Lilia again in the mid lane. And yeah, that's not going to go well. So Aerie is going to be ending up picking that kill.
Sion gonna have that
onto
rage
Sunless.
and then just go back down. What does the Mundo ult do, and what does the Sion ult
Yes,
do?
Mundo gives him a amount of, he gives him more health based on his missing health, and then restores HP based on his missing HP, I believe. So
Okay.
Mundo just lives.
Yeah, and then Sion ult.
Sion ult is he charges, and depending on how long he's charged, he knocks them up for longer when he hits someone.
I see.
And he also does damage to towers with it. So he is very good at pushing.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, unfortunately, that Sunless is going to get traded off of that kill that Mundo had grabbed. But
turn to center, we do see Nautilus and Hui hanging around the mid lane. A couple of pings from Rise coming out, but it doesn't look like much is going to come of it. We did see a TP from Dr. Mundo, I believe. Yes. So he's going to be TPing
back there.
Top side. Might have a bit of a fight on our hands in this bottom side river, but we'll see what happens. Nugtard is looking to go in, but misses the Q, and it looks like MTU is going to be like, okay, that's all. We're good.
Yeah.
Misfortune is just going to walk into Hui's QE. So just like a sign that they just don't understand the potential of Hui passive, because it does more damage than you expect. Like, it is definitely a part of his kit that it's like, oh, that did a lot of damage. If he hits you with 2 abilities in a short amount of time, he puts a circle around you that does extra damage.
Yeah, just damage. This jungler here for the side of CSU actually coming out onto the music tabs in that top lane, trying to retreat towards that tower.
And Mundo doesn't care. He walks back.
He's got healing.
Yeah.
He's got healing. And while all that was happening, we actually grabbed the Mountain Drake. So we are now, I believe, 1 objective away from getting the feat of whatever 3 objectives
that sounds right.
Yeah.
We're also a tower away, I believe, if we got the...
We don't have feat of warfare.
We do not have feat of warfare. They have feat of warfare.
Yeah, so...
Oh, and we do see a bit of damage coming down onto Sunless. It probably won't be enough, but just like an annoying little gnat. Just kind of, nipping at Aatrox's heels. And, we'll see if Rise can run away fast enough when Aatrox pops ult.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you in team fight, buddy. Okay. All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, music tab still at full HP. You can see Halloran a little bit more cautious this time. Good hit there.
Kind of pushing into Sion. Lilia's nowhere to be seen. Diana's on her way up, and Mundo's feeling pretty good, and rightly so. I mean,
yeah,
he's got a lot of potential for what he could do here. Yeah, man, Mundo is just like kind of like the perfect example of like a character like power creep, because like before, his passive was he heals for 2% of his max HP every 5 seconds. Okay. Now he heals for 2% of his max HP every 5 seconds and also gains CC immunity. And then when you CC him, a capsule pops off and he can go and pick it up and heal more. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Riot Games.
At some point.
I think we see what's going on here.
All we need is like 1 pro game where he just absolutely wrecks everybody because of that healing, and then they'll nerf it. But up until then, we're unfortunate to see this.
Shelly kind of charging in at the at CSU here. That is going to be a EW-QW combo from Hui, one of my personal favorites. Hui, of course, having 9 basic abilities. He has QQ, QW, QE, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a pretty funny character. We just see maybe a bit of a team fight going on here. We'll see if Crayon gets a bit of an engage. Hui is not able to get off that EW. We do see Diana coming in on the Sion. Will it be enough? Is Sion going to try to ult away? He is. Are they going to try to stop him? I'm kind of surprised that Diana didn't connect with him to stop his ultimate.
Yeah,
but
especially because it's turning into a 3v2
we do see
though.
Misfortune coming in here. That could be a very unfortunate Misfortune ult right there. Or doesn't even need it. Nope.
Yeah.
It was Nico. It was Nico. Yeah, okay. Nico got me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was her. Thought it was Misfortune, but okay. So Dr. Mundo lives because it's Dr. Mundo.
Yeah, but
goes where he pleases.
Nug going to be taken down, so we're going to lose our jungler for a little bit.
Yeah, but MTU still has a chance to take this. I mean, we'll see what happens. Doing quite a bit of damage to Nico there. Fires off his ultimate. It's going to land onto Sion. Sion's kind of isolated himself. I don't know about that Nautilus ult onto Sion, but we do see that Music Tabs needs to flash away from Lilia to avoid dying. That is going to be Sion doing a bit of damage onto Crayon. Craftinator using his WQ to kind of speed them out of there. And that is going to be Lilia capturing the Rift Herald, which does not yet secure them the objectives they need.
Yeah, still need
Looks
one
like
more
whoever
objective.
takes the next objective.
Yeah, we do have those I believe, yeah, we've taken the tier 1 towers in the mid and bot lanes.
Yep,
So it's
they've
just,
taken no turrets.
yeah, like we said, it's just going to come down to who gets this next objective, which will
Be it
probably be,
Otacon or Dragon.
yeah.
We are 18 minutes in, roughly. It's 8-5, so a very slow game.
Yeah, haven't had that
MTU is
much going
currently
on.
down about 200, 300, so like not too bad. Like they're staying in this.
Yeah,
Although,
really
yeah, we check the
holding
scoreboard.
CSU to the,
MF does have that Bloodthirster now, and she also has the Executioner's Calling, which reduces healing people receive to deal with the Aatrox and the Mundo, because they're
Yeah.
going to be healing quite a bit.
yeah, so might see her playing a bit more in those top mid lanes.
So yep, we are seeing that Aatrox and Mundo are pretty big threats, and then Hui, like just give him a little bit more time to scale, and he's going to start like absolutely melting teams. It'll be funny. It'll be funny. Just you wait.
Yeah,
But we do see Riot getting a little bit of farm in the top side. Speaking of someone who's going to melt teams, that's a character to watch out for. He does have his Rod of Ages, which is going to get progressively stronger over the next 7 minutes now as he builds it to full stacks. And then at that last stack, he will gain a additional level just for free. Just cuz.
no biggie.
Yep. Free experience.
Can that pass the level cap?
No, it cannot pass the level cap. But if you're building it late enough that it would be a concern that you pass the level cap, you're not using the item correctly.
Yeah.
So, yep, that is going to be Dragon coming down. Whoever gets it gets the boots. So,
Yeah,
you know,
big
them's
fight.
the breaks.
Like I said,
Craftinator is heading towards that mid lane to clear the wave. I'm not sure about this. We do see Aatrox trying to 1v3 in the bot lane. You know, what's
he's pinned himself
going on down
somehow.
here? Yeah.
Is
And I
Mundo
just
going to be taking
completely
out another
missed
turret?
the keys to spectate Sunless, so my apologies. I pressed literally every single button except for his, because I forgot he was in the mid lane. First I went to top.
Yeah.
But
Survives, though.
we made it there, and Sunless made it out pretty healthy. Although we do see a bit of a fight. No, we don't see a fight. Okay.
Seems like the Michigan Tech just wants to keep CSU away from that.
Dragon, yeah, they
from
may
that
not feel
dragon.
comfortable enough taking it, but they don't want CSU to feel comfortable taking it either.
Yeah.
We just see that Scion ult missing. That is going to be a fully charged Scion Q hitting absolutely nobody. But that is going to be Nugtart going down, which is very unfortunate when you're trying to take a dragon. And that's going to be Crayon following swiftly after. Where is Lilia? Lilia is somewhere.
Yeah, currently getting chased by music tabs. And
Oh, yes,
Craft
right
in that
there.
top
Found
lane.
her. Yep. Yeah, it'd be very bad for CSU to lose Lilia as well when you're trying to take a dragon. That is going to be an unfortunate QQ miss from Hui, but it's okay. He finishes it out.
Yeah, not the biggest deal in the world here. So still seems like maybe just both teams opting to reset. I mean, Michigan Tech could go for a dragon.
They
have-
want Nugturt to be up for
Yeah.
the smite before they go for anything.
Yeah.
You see Sunless dodging that Nico route, which very big because it probably would have led to a lot of damage if he'd been hit by it. But
Yeah.
he's a god. He's the GOAT. Greatest
That's my
ever
go,
was.
Brandon right there.
So, oh yeah, we see concentration of energy around this dragon again. I mean, and we're just gonna run it back on like. Although we do see that like Lilia is nowhere to be seen. Lilia died a lot later than Nugtart, meaning Diana gets up earlier.
Yeah,
and
she's coming out of
MTU gets to
spawn
go for
right
dragon.
now.
Yeah, they will not make it there in time. That is a free dragon for MTU.
Why
And
is it
boots.
so important that the junglers are there for the dragon?
Because the jungler has a thing called Smite, where basically they get to do a bunch of free damage to an objective by just pressing a button.
I see.
And that's very useful for securing it, because if your jungler isn't there and their jungler's is, there should be no reason you ever lose objectives, especially at this level.
Yeah. So that will be Michigan Tech with boots buff then.
Yes.
We have first turret as well as the 3 objectives, and so, you know, still down by kills, but gold leads are pretty much even. I think we're trailing by like 300, 400 gold right now, and we do have the boots buff, and so very edge of your teeth game, I'd say, or skin of your teeth.
And we do see CSU coming in for the jungle. I mean, Nugtart saw them, was like, oh, no, I'm good. No, thank you, no, thank you.
Yeah, big team
It's
fight
on the
actually gonna
run.
come up.
That's going to be Misfortune ult coming down and absolutely shredding through Nautilus.
Yeah, Kran just surviving on
Holy,
a tiny
yeah.
amount of HP right there.
I mean, Crayon probably still has ult, so is going to stick around to try and pop that in an opportune moment. But Craftinator has no idea is walking right into a Scion Q. That is unfortunate. And yep, that is going to be Nautilus backing. Meanwhile, we do see Sunless, you know, staring down 3 people and is like, okay, no, maybe we leave. Maybe we leave. Guys, maybe we leave. That is going to be the Lily ult coming down onto Sunless, dropping him to half health. He's kind of getting brutalized, but he's trying to go for that misfortune. It
Yeah.
is not going to be enough. I believe he popped Flash there. Yes, Sunless did indeed pop Flash.
Yeah, so not the greatest thing in the world. That has been a common theme of him kind of just getting caught out.
Yep, we saw the CSU ping for Otacon, so they are going to probably be looking to start that very soon.
Yeah.
Nugtart sees the rise, hits the Q, but decides not to go in on it. Instead, heading down toward Otacon, where they are currently sieging it down. They can see that, obviously, because Music Tabs is in the area.
Yeah, so
Craftinator is just a little bit behind, but this is looking very good for a Craftinator ult. You can see it coming down onto the Scion, doing tons of damage. MTU popping up all over the place. You can see Mundo flashing for a kill over there. You can see Hui getting a kill onto Misfortune, Hui getting a kill onto Scion. Just, yeah, when you have your entire team grouped up like that, you're just asking for Whale to come down and just melt everyone.
yeah.
So, absolutely brutal.
Yeah,
I
so
love
that's
it.
going to be 4 dead, everybody but the Rise for the side of CSU, whereas only 1 slain Nug for the side of Michigan Tech. And so that is that's going to give us Anakin, and that is, I think, a much needed team fight for us to win there. I think that a big contributor to the fact that we won that team fight is the fact that Misfortune ulted pretty early.
Yeah, MTU is now ahead in gold, which they haven't been in quite a while.
Yeah,
But now about 6K, 0.6K gold lead, not 6K gold
yeah.
lead.
But
They aren't that far ahead.
as I was saying in that bot lane, we had that early Misfortune ult, and the only person it caught onto was Cran, and then it kind of just felt like we came in for that big team fight, and there wasn't a lot of that big damage for the side of CSU up, and so we kind of were just able to hold 4-on-1 individual people.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We do see that Nico and Misfortune were kind of looking in a bad spot, but Nico was able to get them out. And MTU, Nautilus is looking for something, being a little silly. But nope, doesn't think Erica is not going to be throwing out any roots. We do see Lilia doing some expert farming strats where she farms both the Raptors and the red buff at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, of course, she can do that. I know Fiddlesticks is also able to do that. It's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of returning to center. I mean, we do see Mundo pushing out the top lane while Aatrox is heading bot side. And then we have Nautilus and Hui mid, which is fairly standard now with where people are rotating to. Although Hui and Nautilus are heading bot side, trying to look for a pick onto Scion. Nope, guess not. Heading back towards mid. We do see Lilia is farming out the top side jungle. Mundo coming a little bit closer, so may find himself getting run down by Rise Lilia, or even worse, find Rise and Lilia teleporting behind him and blocking off his escape. But I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see Sunless again going for this fight here in the mid lane. Sunless does have the level advantage on Halren, but kind of just going for that melee punish. That's going to be a lot of okay, so
The
not going to catch.
Aatrox versus Scion matchup is so sad to watch for Scion.
Yeah.
Because, like, Aatrox just gets so many free knockups, and Scion just can't really deal with it.
Yeah, big wind up on that overhead. Just
Yep.
Aatrox just walks out of it. So
Is a devastating smash, I believe it's called.
yeah.
But we do see the Misfortune coming down over Sunless, so needs to watch out or finish this Lilia off very quickly, or else this could very quick. Oh, that is going to be Sunless popping ultimate, healing quite a bit, even through
Yeah.
the Executioner from
Lilia gonna be dead.
Misfortune. We do see that Scion ult coming out, trying to get the big knockup. We do see a
Misfortune
giant Nico ult coming down. That is going to be the Hui ult coming down onto Nico, and then that is going to be MTU cleaning up the rest of CSU's team.
Yeah, that was a
Wow,
big-
and they're diving turret. Mundo does not care about the tower shots.
Yeah.
He goes where he wants, and that is going to be only one death from Nugtart on the side of MTU.
Yeah, Nug unfortunately kind of the target for all of these deaths. I feel like he's the
But
only one who's
also,
dying in
like,
their fights.
having them all concentrated on one person, and then also that one person not getting any kills, like, that's the way to do it. The less kills you get, the lower your the gold they get for killing you is.
Yeah, so they're not really farming a lot by Nug being the only person that's getting killed. So this will be, looks like Ocean Soul secured from Michigan Tech.
Yes, it is looking that way, which means that whenever they damage units, be they NPCs or enemies, they restore health and mana, just for
Yeah,
free.
so that surely can't hurt Dr. Mundo.
Yeah, Dr. Mundo loves having blue buff, and it's just more healing on top of his healing.
Yeah, just a wee little bit. well, let's regen 100 HP instead of 99, but sometimes that 1 HP is what makes all the difference. This is going to be, it looks like CSU wants to go for Baron in response, but Nug and Cran both rotating in. Don't know if we're going to be able to get a steal or anything onto the Baron, but you can see Nug in
Yeah, I mean,
position.
Nugtart just needs to like land the smite. If Nugtart can land the smite, like doesn't even need to get any kills, do any damage to the enemy team. It looks like CSU will be completely backing off the Baron as MTU is
Well,
just wiping through
yeah,
Sion.
trying to back off.
Unfortunate, I'm pretty sure Nico just launched Sion back into MTU, and that is going to be a death for Halrin.
Yeah.
And now MTU is taking Baron. So Nugtart taking those objectives, doing their job. That's what we love to see.
So a bit
Crayon
of,
dropping Nautilus ult into Q, into auto. That's going to be misfortunate. Dropping down a Nautilus. It doesn't really... Okay, congratulations. You killed the Nautilus.
yes.
Now deal with the Mundo and the Aatrox and the Hui. Like, yeah.
What are you going to do about it, buddy? You got music tabs on you.
Target acquisition from the Misfortune.
Yeah,
That is
Aatrox
just
onto
not selecting priority targets. Nautilus is not the one you're really looking to deal with.
yeah, not the one that you want to really be focusing on taking down there. So you talked about Nico knocking up the Scion. Was that just a team kill on accident? Just kind of
No, I must have misspoke. Yeah, there was a lot going on in the team fight.
just a wee bit.
Yeah, I'm doing my best casting out here, but
Yeah, so
I
this
mean,
is
there's just so many ults being popped, and like everyone is murdering everyone else.
yeah, Devastating Smash not going to connect as Sunless is going to be taking on that tier 2 turret, or tier 3 turret.
Oh, that's tier 2.
Tier 2 turret for that top lane there. And so Michigan Tech in a pretty good situation. We're now up by 6 kills. Our gold lead has been almost extended to 10,000. We do have the Ocean Soul, and there's not been a single Drake secured for CSU. So knock on wood, but I think we're in a pretty good position. I think
Yeah.
that we're in a very good spot, especially with that Baron buff going to be coming out for us.
Yeah, you can see that Craftinator is currently stacking up his Medjais. So hopefully he doesn't die and lose those stacks. Basically, the more kills and assists he gets, the more AP he gets. But if he dies, he loses a whole bunch of stacks.
Yeah, so
it's really just don't die.
yeah, this is kind of just, I mean, Kren just confident enough to throw herself into the
Yeah, I
middle
mean,
of 3
Crayon,
people
like
and
I
just
would say in
survive.
an unfortunate position, but also like, okay, you're poking the Nautilus. Like, it may seem bad to be 0-4, but also like that means that Hui has been able to get away with being 7-0.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
gonna be a double kill
they haven't been able
for
to do
Hui.
anything to him, and MTU is just running them down inside of their base.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that CSU can do here. That's going to be too dead for them. None dead on the side of Michigan Tech.
Yeah,
Nug going to be
Cyan
destroying
trying
the
to
blue
go
inhibitor. Cran
for
finally
the
going to be
not
taken
gonna be enough.
down.
They are able to drop
for the side of
Nautilus. You can
TSU.
see that
But this
Nico
is
ult coming down, but it's just not going to be enough. The
Yeah.
Lily ult coming down onto
only
Nugtart
Lilia.
and music tabs, but it just doesn't matter.
yeah, that turret's going to be destroyed, and this is going to be Michigan Tech now with just the focus onto CSU's Nexus. And as Lilia runs
Lilia's
back,
got a lot
finally
to
getting
do without ult in order to try and stop them from ending, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, they're
Yeah.
still both at full health, and that's just going to be a
We're
kill.
waiting for the
Going
kill.
down onto Lilia for the road.
And your Michigan Tech Huskies are advancing to the quarterfinals. Let's go, baby. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. That is yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what you wanted. I mean, you don't want to see like the first game loss.
Yeah.
But,
Obviously not
but
that
also,
part,
okay,
but
warm up game. We'll see you in the rematch, and I mean, yeah, we certainly did that.
it's not polite to win in a 2-0 playoffs,
Yeah.
right? Like it's just like, we're testing stuff out the first time. Some people we haven't played.
Yeah, get a
lose.
little feel for things.
Okay, guys, let's lock in.
Yep.
Exactly. We're just gonna go in and we're gonna go for that really good second map, and then finally in this map we just
We just had that momentum. Carried it.
just every single we get, like you said, that early momentum, and then it's just like my support is sitting in the middle of 3 enemies and they're not dying because we have 4 Drakes, they have none. Like we have so many buffs online, and we're just just killing everybody. In terms of MVPs for that last game, I'd have to say Dr. Mundo.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Dr. Mundo's doing all the flashy things, but like
Yeah.
Crayon's out here just like maybe 0-4, but like is taking one for the team along with Nugtart. Like both of them, like they're not doing the flashy plays. They're just playing well. They're playing around their fed teammates, keeping them alive. And honestly, like at a certain point, you got to respect the ability to just like let someone else carry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good point. It's just the reason I spoke about the Mundo is just because there were a lot
Yeah,
of
it's like the
situations
very
where
like, oh my god, Music Tabs is going on another killing spree. Like,
yeah,
guys.
but not even that, but also just like I know like a large part of it is due to the fact that he is just like healing everywhere. Like it's just like you're getting constantly bombarded by heals when you're playing Dr. Mundo. But there were a couple times, especially earlier on in the game, where he's kind of retreating at the exact right moment where he's taking as much damage as possible and dealing as much as possible, and then as he's retreating, it's like a 0.1 health remaining.
Yeah, that fight against Nico and Misfortune in the top lane when it was like, oh no.
Yeah, when I believe Erica went down,
Yeah,
but
I do see a number of league players waiting outside the door, so I guess
yeah,
we're gonna be doing that player
player
interview.
player interview. Yeah, do we want to
Yeah,
go to a
so
quick
we can
break
hop
and
to
then
a
we'll
quick
get you guys back with
intermission
that?
and we will come back with that. So we'll see you all then.
See you shortly.
Go Husky.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for waiting. I have music tabs here, everybody's favorite Mordekaiser main, with me after that win in the quarterfinals. And so just want to kind of, start where it started in that first game. I noticed that first game, there were not a lot of champions being played that I had seen before casting you guys on the broadcast here. I know that you specifically were getting banned out a lot. I believe it was like 3 or 4 top lane bans that they went in with. And stuff like that. I just want to ask, like, how do you, because obviously you guys, like, it was a bit rough for the first game. How do you deal with, like, that, when you're getting a lot of the people that you want to play banned out, and just how you guys approach that first ban overall, especially with also you guys, like, banned Mordekaisers? Like, what was the thought process behind you guys banning into that?
We were mostly scared of their top laner because he is the highest ranked on their team by far. So we more focused on like target banning him, like any chance that he plays, just like 4 or 5 bans. We weren't scared of. I think it was their ADC that picked 4. So we just sort of locked in, 2 top bans, and then hoped that he couldn't do anything. Unfortunately, he still did something.
Yeah.
And I just like the Mordekaiser ban because I was looking for an Ornn angle because I hadn't banned it yet. But the Ornn angle didn't work out, sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, their Victor was really good and stuff like that. But luckily, you guys did have Fearless. So how do you think that, like, Fearless in particular is, like, affected your guys' ability to come back in those second and third games?
Fearless really helped here. They had relatively small champ pools. They had like 1 to 2 champs that they were really good on, which is why they just hard stomped game 1 so hard, and then 2 and 3 they seemed to struggle a lot.
Yeah.
Just because their champ pools ran out, they had to play champions that they're suboptimal on, while our champ pools are not insanely deep, but deeper than theirs.
Yeah, you can at least last a best of 3 and still, like,
Yeah.
have stuff planned out for everything there. Speaking of that first match, I just wanted to ask about, like, how do you guys mentally, with there being higher stakes because it being playoffs, like, reset after that first match and kind of move into, being able to go there for matches 2 and 3? Because, like, you can't tell by playing. Like, obviously it sucks to lose the first match, but, like, you guys still seemed like giving 110% for those second and third maps. Just what's it kind of look like behind the scenes?
It was like a little shaky to start, but then we sort of, saw like, oh, they're giving us advantages that they didn't give us game 1. They're playing very different. They're playing, you can find a lot of mistakes in their gameplay versus game 1. It was a lot harder to crack.
Yeah, we did notice a lot of those mistakes up here. Just kind of like, I guess you feel a little bit like cautious starting out, and then you kind of notice that, like, you're capitalizing on stuff really well, and then it kind of just steamrolls. Like, okay, guys, we got this. All right, so next up is semis. You guys are going up against the Colorado School of Mines. How are you guys feeling about that?
It's a little nerve-wracking, as all playoffs are, especially because the Colorado School of Mines, I think, beat the current school that we just won against, Yotes. So, it's a little tense, but we're still, practicing more picks. We're looking towards the best of 5 finals, so, we need to practice some more picks because, our champ pools were running a little thin at the end there.
Yeah. But still, a lot of good things in store. And then I just want to conclude here. Anything that you want to add? Anybody that you want to thank for today's match and stuff like that?
Again, thank you, Nug bailed me out. One health Mundo.
Yes.
Scared off the Nico
I
there.
remember that. That was pretty funny.
Good job on Echo. Just solo killing the Rise a couple times for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. Well, if that's all there, then I just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in. They're at home for watching the stream, stuff like that. Thank you to our sponsors, Houghton for Rent, University Images, for making things like this possible, for supporting our programming and allowing our athletes to play. As always, if you want to keep up with Michigan Tech esports, make sure that you follow on our Twitch, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on notifications, drop a comment, let us know who your favorite player of the day was. But yeah, just overall, thank you guys for tuning in. I've been Aiden. I've been casting with Ben. And thank you guys for watching. Go Huskies, and we'll see you in semis.